You find yourselves at a camp by the edge of the plains, near a river. It's sort of like trickling off in the distance. You can hear the small spatter of fishes jumping their way along. But there's more important things sitting, chained up, tied up right before you. Where last we left off, who would like to give me a sort of recap of where you guys currently are?
We had just defeated Crowbird Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have his contraptions kind of broken on the side. We made camp after tying him up, just woke him up, and yeah. What was it? I
And
have his grimoire.
yes.
We learned how hydras were made. I was traumatized. What else?
Incestuous dragons.
Just oh yeah, incestuous dragons. That was two before though. That wasn't this last one.
It's still something you can remember.
Yeah,
Being like,
that was.
Yay, I remember dragons are incest.
Yeah, that
babies."
was from Snow Story like 2 sessions ago
Yes.
about the Gorons.
Oh yeah.
And then we learned
Love that.
about Zarunta, where the magic stuff was coming from, where he probably came from. Something about trying to defeat the Vendegian Empire with the false hydras. There's a whole ass plan, blah blah blah. Something about Percival Distral, the Black Kitty thing.
Yes. A black kitty. You did see a black cat at some point.
Yeah,
Drawn in the grimoire.
And then, we learned about the trio that defeated the false hydra during the test. And they're at somewhere south at the Grand Duchy of Canalith, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They're on their way to the Grand Duchy of Kennicleth, where they were last seen.
Yeah. Okay. And I think that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think I covered everything.
Then, as you guys gather around, I imagine first I will leave it as a point of opportunity. If anyone else would like to go alongside the campsite that you had set up before he's fully awoken. Is there anything that you guys would like to prep? Anything you guys would like to see or start studying?
I already kind of looked through the grimoire, didn't I? No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while we're waiting for him to when he looks like he wakes up, I definitely want to be standing in front of him menacingly. But until then, I just want to be playing with the gas cans or figuring it. I kind of forgot exactly if I got we just pulled the entire bird over or if I was actually able to get the gas canisters.
So you were able to get one complete gas canister out of the bird.
Okay.
You were not able to sort of scrap the entire bird.
Okay. So yeah, and then I would just be kind of playing with that, at least maybe trying to figure out basically I don't have anything. I don't know anything about alchemy or anything, but just trying to figure out maybe cuz I did breathe it in for a long time. If I could try and figure out maybe what's in it.
Okay. So you're trying to identify the ingredients used in this gas canister.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, there are a couple of different ways that you can go about this for trying to identify things. One of them can be using nature. If you've ever come across these in nature before, as if he just stuffed something in the can and then spread it out, you'd be able to be like, oh, this all smells like mint and juniper and other things mixed together, and you would figure out that way. Another way is a straight intelligence check, where things that you would have studied in the past, etc. Or you can also do a survival check of, I have seen concoctions like these used before in the wilds. Any three of those would be open to you to try and roll for and start trying to learn.
I'll do nature.
Let's go for it.
15.
15. Okay. 15's still a decent one. You're able to learn a good amount from this. In the gas canisters themselves, you realize that this is not a wholly natural blend. There's a lot of seemingly synthesized materials inside this gas canister. materials that you are not entirely able to identify, but sprinkled in through there are odd smelling ingredients. And let me pull up the table for them really quickly. Just a second.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
You are able to detect amongst the things, having done a nature check, you would have been able to pick up the smell of toad venom, of spider lily, and of orc blood. While there's still a numerous amount of other scents in there that you can't exactly identify, you're able to pick up at least on those three. And those three in particular mean at least a couple of things for you. In particular, the venom is known as a enhancer of things. While it does not add any benefits into its own, if it is ever added to anything of a toxic nature, it boosts that 10 times fold. So whatever was here was mixed with the intent to either paralyze, to incapacitate, or to kill. And it was enhanced for that reason. You also know that with orc blood is a thickening agent, and that it is intended for use of obscuring vision, or when in a gaseous form, or if orc blood is kept in a liquid form and let to become stale, that it can be used almost as a completely hardened iron when it is left out in the air too long.
Okay.
What was
Are these like actually their own things? Like, is it like this is venom from a certain toad and like blood from an orc? Or are these like the names of just stuff?
No, those are the actual names. Like he took venom from a toad and he took blood from an orc.
Okay.
And for the amount of gas that was in here, the amount of like dark smoke, a lot of orc blood had to be taken.
Okay. Then yeah, I would just put on my mask and talk to one of the voices about it.
Okay. Let me pull up my voice. Oh no, yours.
Or just like in my own quiet, just kind of brainstorm. Yeah, while we're waiting for this guy to wake up.
Oh, got you. Your own quiet thing, not any specific conversation. Cool.
Yeah, no, not anything specific.
But, is there anything you would like to do before he wakes up?
I would like to try to figure out if the mask that I took off of him last session is anything related to the smile.
Aha. Okay. So you can either give me a history check or an arcana check. As you study
History or arcana. They're both shit, so let's go with history. Ooh, let's go!
A new mask. I mean, it might be of the smile. You're not exactly sure.
Oh my gosh. What a great find there. That's beautiful.
Yes, the best find I could.
Unfortunately, your uses come better from utilization of masks, not really discerning masks' natures.
Alright, that's all I got.
Okay. And Rage, you said that you had already done your stuff, correct?
Well, I was just flipping through the grimoire. I wanted to see if there was anything. Can I flip through more to see if I can find how he was calling the ash rain and stuff? Like more stuff about the smoke and the ash.
The ash rain you did see was a thing already.
Yeah.
In one of the pages, it was what is used to sort of call off the false hydras.
Mm-hmm.
If an ash rain is rained over a certain place, they'll like wither and slowly die.
Okay.
And it did show the incantations needed for that.
Okay, cool. Then
However, for utilization purposes, you will not be able to really use ash rain except for like a very special occasion and like once a week to once a month kind of thing.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. Then I'm good, I think.
Okay. Then he slowly begins to stir, and we enter the interrogation scene. It is low at night, and the moon hangs on the horizon of the river, reflecting its shimmering silver light and mixing with the orange of the campfire. And Le Corbeau Noir slowly begins to stir. As he wakes up, he sees before him 3 terrifying visages of beings that laid him low. Before him, at first, stands Truth, mask on, the light glinting off the lenses of his mask. Behind him is Zinnia, her horns barely receding out of the darkness before her. But a dagger shines itself with a terrifying fury. And off to the side, barring any form of escape possible, is Dare, his imposing visage becoming a wall surrounding the man. As he finally realizes where he is, he slowly begins to try and raise his arm to lift off the mask before he realizes that he's tied off, and his head feels a lot lighter than usual. Oh no. His mask is gone. He's been tied, and there is no form of escape. He looks up pleadingly at Truth and says, "What do you want?"
All right, I'm gonna just pat him on the face and be like, all right, we're gonna be asking the questions here, Lefty.
Lefty.
I'm gonna look at Zinnia and be like, do you want to start? Because you're the most menacing one here.
Sure! I'll just say with like a huge grin on my face. I have a couple of questions. I'll just like step in front of him. By the way, before I start, I hope you realize that, I do have cure wounds if you get too close to death, so don't worry about that, okay?
He spits in your... Actually, roll me intimidation.
Oh, wait, do I get anything considering I did just wreck his ship in the fight before?
It lowered the DC for this.
Can I also assist
16.
with the intimidation?
You don't need to. She passed
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Wait. My music paused. Oh. Bubba, you okay? You sounded like a robot there for a second.
You
Okay.
muted. I think he's fixing it.
Yeah.
Got you. Dare says, all good. Okay, I think he's going back to typing.
Oh, darn. That's not very intimidating.
He looks...
Oh.
Horns blaring and
that's fair.
dogs barking. Okay. He looks up at you, and he can see a quiver in his eye. As he does, though, he tries to steel himself, and he spits, not at you, but at the ground at your feet, and says, "I've been in situations worse than these before. I can heal myself if need be. I've healed myself through pain."
Oh, perfect. Then I don't even have to waste spells on you. Nice. Anyways. We'll start off easy. You know, I just want to know where you hid your stash, you know, all the stuff that you've stolen so far from this area, from this market. Where did you put all that?
You want to know where I put everything, where I store it all? Sure. Up your ass.
I punch him.
Go ahead and roll an unarmed strike.
Oh, I don't think I'm good at this.
A 10 will not hit.
Oh.
Now, if you would also
Sure.
like,
Oh, buddy.
in this case, it's more like the punch can land, but it did such negligible damage because he steeled himself. He knew why. That's part of the reason why he took like a small pause before he said it, because he knew a punch was coming his way, and he was able to just sort of like grin and bear it. I will say, for this torturing aspect, there is a new game mechanic. If you would like to learn the torture mechanics,
Oh. Go on.
would you like to learn how to torture?
I want to see where
Yes.
this goes. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before that, after I
Yeah.
punch him and it does no damage to him, I'm just gonna like flick my wrist up and down and be like, God damn it, fucking dare you do it. You're good at this.
Dare you do this? Fuck. Okay. The process of torturing is a skillful art that leaves permanent damage, both physical and mental. A masterful torturer targets precise areas of the body to produce agony and pain. This precision causes damage to ability scores. A vile torturer will target a specific stat with each attempt, and if successful, that damage is permanent. Damage to ability scores incurred during torture can only be restored through the use of greater restoration spells. When a strength or constitution score reaches 0, your victim will perish. Likewise, extended torture can drain a victim of their will to live. For each consecutive day of torture, the victim's hit point maximum is halved. Enough damage to create a difficult DC, and so much it will kill the victim. Now, not all damage is physical. Sometimes you want to cause permanent psychological damage. When this is the case, you want to use techniques that deal psychic damage. Some examples include mocking, executions, waterboarding, or witnessing horrific events to their psyche. Things of how this can happen is, let's say, you want to target some specific stats. Well, different damages can be doing that. Because you don't want to just use your bare hands. That's what tools are for. Let's see. A vile torture is in no way limited to the items listed. Further down here, I have a list of like torture items if you guys want to fashion any. But either way, the world is your oyster, and you can crack it open with anything you want. The important part of an instrument is the damage type and amount it can deal out. Each ability score can only be targeted by certain damage types, and if you wish to target them, you must choose wisely. For instance, and I can give you guys the table in a bit, but acid damage can target strength, dexterity, and constitution, force as well, but also something like poison can target intelligence, wisdom, and constitution, as opposed to strength and dexterity. And then, that being said, the amount of damage an instrument causes will end up being a save DC that the victim must overcome. Therefore, a nice balancing act occurs between ability score damage, but also the actual damage that they take from their hit pool maximum, making sure that you're able to keep them just enough alive. Now, the final point here is stabbing the right joint. Driving an ice pick between the two bones in a victim's little toe is a delicate procedure, and it takes skill. Which skill? Well, that is up to me. After describing the tool you've chosen and the type of damage you would like to inflict upon it, I will make a decision on the ability or skill checks that you use. For instance, there was a punch just thrown out right now. That's a basic one, and you're able to just use an unarmed strike. However, let's say that you wanted to go and start waterboarding him over in that river nearby. Well, you can go and bring him over there, but holding him underneath will require some strength from you to make sure that you can keep him under there as he wriggles and writhes, trying to stay alive. Or a survival check for flaying, or even a performance check for trying to insult the victim with various mockeries. The DC for this will always be a 14.
Okay.
No matter which ability you choose. That is why the unarmed strike here, unfortunately, did not hit. If you fail this check, it means you were not as precise and controlled as you wanted to be, or were ineffective. We'll roll for either damage with bonuses where you accidentally didn't keep yourself in check, or were just ineffective, and he's able to keep his will to live and his resolve to not tell you the things he doesn't want to say. And if he does get sent into death saving throws, oh boy, that will be a whole other part that we capture once you guys accidentally go there. That being said, though, that is the new torture mechanics. Will you let us know when his HP is half or near death? I will give contextual clues, but that is all I can give you unless you try and do specific medicine checks. If you use your turn to do a medicine check, then I can try and, based on the DC 15, obviously, I can tell you where exactly he is at his health.
Damn.
Nice.
And I was about to just start ripping his nails off. Okay.
Now, this being said, because it is a torture session, this is where it comes to you guys as a sort of team. I can either do this in turns with each one, where I will go roulette style as if it was a battle, or I can go free for all, where one person goes and then the other can butt in, etc., etc., etc. How do you guys want to do this flow wise?
I'm okay with either. There
Yeah,
was
I'm
typing.
okay with either as well.
Free for all? Papa
And
says
I
that
free
is the
for
only
all.
one with an opinion, so
Okay.
we will go free for all.
Sure.
Cool. So a punch was just thrown, and his will maintains strong.
I have a question, Zurg. Probably
Yes.
should have asked this before, but would we have taken a short rest by now or no?
No.
You will have had a short rest.
Oh, we had a short rest?
You had a short rest.
Okay, let me
Okay.
put that in then. Wait. Hit die 1d8 plus. So I get 5, right?
For your short rest, did you roll your hit dice?
No.
So for a short rest, you will be rolling dice. You rolled a 7, so you'll get 7. Dare got
But
5
the total is
for his.
5, so I just put all 5 in?
You can do as many as you want.
Yeah. The total
Sure.
is as many as you wish to do. So when you're, let me go to your page and
I
I'll
think I
double
did
check
it.
for you
I'm
real
so
quick.
confused.
So at a short rest, you have a certain amount of hit die.
Mhm.
Did you decide to use all of the die? This is a thing where you choose how many die of that pool you would like to use.
Oh. I just rolled without any of it. I'm so confused.
You rolled without any of it?
Yeah.
One must have had to have been done
don't
because you
I don't know.
rolled.
I didn't click on
You used
any
all
of it.
5 of yours,
Okay, sure.
and you rolled a 7
Okay.
out of using all of them. Now, because this is you just learning, I believe this is your first time taking a short rest.
No, it's
We can
1d8 plus 1. I just rolled
with
1.
a total of 5 dice. So
It
you have
looks like
5
I
dice in
just-
there. When they have the red square in them, that means that they have been selected and activated.
No, I didn't select any of them when I rolled, so I got a 6 out of the 1d8.
You got a 6 out of the 1d8.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it was a
Would you-
plus 1 for the 7.
How many more dice would you like to do?
Is this hit dice for health? What is this for?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is healing you.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do... What do I have? I'll do 2.
Okay, so you will have 3 hit dice left in your pool before a long rest happens. Feel free to roll that extra one,
Extra 1? Like that?
and that is another 7. So
Okay.
you will have gained back 14 HP.
Okay. Okay, so I get 14. Okay, sure.
Mhm.
Cool.
And then I imagine, are you fully good on your spell slots, Rage?
No, I can't get spell slots back until long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we are all good to go. And it is a free-for-all right now. What happened last, I'm going to quickly first, though, type in the damages you guys can inflict for targeting certain ability stats. So this is, because I have it in a PDF, I gotta actually, like, retype it, which blows. But just enjoy the spooky music for right now.
Alright. It's a banger. Oh no! Oh, Dan doesn't have the music. Oh no!
Cat jam, cat jam, cat jam.
Poor butt. Aww. I mean, it's okay. It's just time for you to figure out how to torture this guy. Like, you have punchy fists. Truth has apparently also punchy fists.
I mean, everyone has punchy fists. You all got a hand, but, like,
I mean,
where's
mine
the
are just
fun in
trash.
just punching? Huh?
I want to waterboard him. The fuck?
You do have a river nearby.
Oh, I was just gonna have shape water. What do you mean? Why
Oh, okay,
hold
there's
him
that.
down
Well,
when I could
to
just hold
have
the
shape
water
water-
to his face?
To have shape water, you still have to have water to shape.
Oh, well, that's true. Well, wait, do you?
Yes.
Uh,
You need another spell, create
Just
water, if you
change
want to
the
just
water.
create water.
Okay.
This bitch.
I see.
Doesn't even know her spells.
Says the one
That's why
who
last time you did.
lost. What
Shape-
was it? An axe?
I'm sorry. Who didn't even have enough gold to buy something
Who at least got the thing that they wanted?
after asking for a handout?
Says the one who literally has nothing from the store
I'm the richest person in this party right now.
with
okay?
nothing to show for it.
It's called saving.
It's called
rather than
losing the
forcibly
axe.
Purchase.
No, you wanted to. Don't even fucking lie, whore.
Wow.
With a constant
Tell me you didn't want that axe. Lie right now.
I didn't want it. I'm lying to myself, I wanted
You
it.
are lying to yourself. That's wow. That's crazy.
And you guys are weird.
You guys are weird.
You guys are so
Yeah, you guys are
weird.
weird.
No, your table. It's broken.
Me when I'm nonchalant. Oh no.
There was a video I saw of someone trying to say that with a straight face. Oh no.
That's been
Our
like a thing.
table. It's broken. Yeah.
It's not even that funny. Like I don't get why people are like
You have to
can't
record
hold a
yourself.
straight face.
Mhm.
There's no way you
I
can hold this.
do-
You have to record yourself doing it.
Bet. I'll do
Right
it
now.
right now.
Yeah, do it right now.
Okay. Do it
In
right
your
now.
front yard.
Facecam and everything.
Do it right now.
You're lucky my phone's dead.
Oh, sure, dude.
That's real convenient for you,
Buy
bud.
you a new phone.
Oh.
Just saying,
Damn.
dude. Money's a problem, dude. I'm literally a walking money tree.
Wow. Okay, Bezos.
Damn.
Jeffrey Bezos.
And the last one is this
God,
one.
finally.
Doobie.
Sorry, it's a lot of things. I want to let you guys know everything you can do.
God.
There you go.
Me when I'm Zurg.
All these damage types can target these ability scores.
Me when Zurg.
Oh.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, ×2. That's gonna be very fun.
Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast.
I'm about to make him so stupid, dude.
Well, we can't make him stupid. We need the intelligence
I'm
to tell us the things.
That
Ah.
is
The
the other
worst
thing
thing.
to know. You are permanently shaping this character.
Oh,
He will not be the same after this, and he will continue to exist if you let him live. Further on, and I will play him based on how you change his ability scores.
Oh, we can
after-
make him stupid and then let him live.
You can.
Oh, I want you to bring him back in
Chill,
other
we're just gonna make
campaigns.
no quality of life.
Okay,
So if we
anyways.
did acid, does it affect all three, or do we choose which one that we're affecting?
You will
Or is it
choose.
how we use it?
Oh, you
These
can
are all
choose.
tools of like if based on the damage you are doing, you can choose one of those that it prescribes.
Mm,
However, if
cool.
you fail the check, it might target one of the others.
ah.
So either way, it might still affect one of the
Mhm.
ability scores.
Yes. That is why
Okay.
Constitution is in so many of them, because you might not be trying to kill him, but if you accidentally fail, you might accidentally target the Constitution and then bring him closer to death.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Man, dude, torturing is kind of bad if it happens to you.
Kinda
No, really?
bad.
All right,
It
so
kinda sucks.
Tiny
wait,
bit.
so where is this water that we can see water, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can see
literally.
water. If you would like, let me bring you back to your current campsite because all of this is a playground for you to go and gather tools, use resources, and new instruments that you might want to use to get that information out.
I play tag with Dare on our new playground.
Tag
Tag
you're
it.
it. Yeah.
And
Draw a squid in the sand. Okay.
so he was just punched and he had a stiff upper lip to you as he sort of like spits back in your direction, Truth, as you go and tell Dare, nah, take care of this.
But do you want to do anything?
I like to punch him.
Okay,
Yeah,
roll
get
me
in
an
there,
unarmed
get in
strike.
Unarmed strike. Da-da-da-ba-ha. To hit, correct?
To hit, yes. 26
Oh
with a
my
crit.
god.
Wow.
With a crit in
mad.
this case, normally when we battle, I say that you deal the maximum damage. That's not always what you want to do during a torture session, however. Damages for this one will be based on either D4 or D6. In this case, you have a D4 for an unarmed strike, and because you crit, you get to choose the amount of damage. So, because an unarmed strike does bludgeoning damage, either the strength, dexterity, or constitution. And how much out of a D4 would you like to do?
So if I choose something like dexterity, it'd take 4 points off of dexterity, correct? Or if I choose to do 4 points.
If you choose 4 in dexterity, I will take 4 points off of his dexterity.
He's so old.
He's an old man. An old balding man.
I like to do 2 damage to his strength.
2 damage to his strength. Okay.
Playing it safe, playing it safe.
That's fair, that's fair.
It's fair, it's fair.
It's fair.
And there we go. Okay. As you punch him, you know exactly where, when someone's prostrating them, or like sort of posing themselves in those manners. You've been in enough bar fights, enough brawls to know like just how to wipe the smile off someone's face. And you gently walk up, just right across his jaw, and you can see his jaw go slack for a little second before he quickly goes and locks it back in place. You can see that he's greatly weakened by it, though. And he looks at you and goes, okay, it really begins then.
Hey, we can not do this. You just gotta stop being an asshole and spitting on everybody.
And so we try again. Tell us where you put the stuff.
Well, see, if you follow that creek over there and you turn a left, you'll go right up your asshole, and I think it's right over there.
Oh, you really like the
just don't
creek,
care.
huh? Can
Can
I?
I drag him towards the creek?
Ooh. So you'll have to make me a strength check 2 times because of the distance that you are to see how well you hold on to him as you drag him the 35 feet to the creek.
Just a straight strength set, correct? Strength?
Just a strength check. This is basically like 2 grapples. 17 and a 19. You are more than capable. Wherever you go, I will drag him for you.
I don't think I have access to my thing.
Okay, just a second.
Oh,
No.
but. Oh.
And
There
the
you go,
creek's
try now.
over here, correct?
Mhm.
Or wait, where's the creek?
Yeah, it is.
Okie dokie. I just slowly bring him over here.
Okay.
And I look to my left, look to my right, and say, where was it again? I'm sorry. Was it like right here? And I just shove his head in the water. That's a
Okay.
strength check, right?
That will be a strength check as you hold his head underwater and begin to waterboard him.
Oh,
A
I can't
20
Really,
will
20.
pass.
Such.
Now, waterboarding, in this case, you have used a tool, which will do 2 kinds of damage. One, you are able to get cold damage because it's a cold lake. So we'll deal with that one first. You have Dex, Con, Intelligence, or Wisdom.
I like to target his wisdom.
His Wisdom. Okay. Give me a D4.
Trace.
Trace. Just a second. I gotta. Where is he? Where is he? I just gotta like update the sheet and some
Yeah.
things, which is oh boy, so fun. See? Okay. So he has taken. You gave him 2 to his strength, and you gave 3 to his. You said it was his intelligence,
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
wisdom. Okay. Then there we go. He comes back out, gasping for air. What do you? How do you think I'm supposed to talk when you hold my head?
I hate birds.
Uh, you said waterboarding was 2 things, right? Because I used a tool. You were saying
Yes.
something earlier about that.
Yes. You used a tool around your surroundings. Because of this, a waterboarding is able to attack either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Hmm.
As well?
Yep.
Okay. It was intelligence, wisdom, or charisma?
Intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
I'll target his not his charisma, his wisdom. There you
It's wisdom again. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
go. 3.
We're making him a stupid boy.
No. That's
Okay.
intelligence. Wisdom is. What does wisdom do again?
Now he
Forgot.
just thinks that we're friends.
And now we're buddies, and you're gonna tell us everything you know. Oh my god.
Okay. You're able to attack his wisdom twice.
Okey-dokey. After that, I just tossed him towards truth.
He lands
Yeah.
at your feet, Truth.
Oh
And you can see
Yeah.
his face
Crouch
covered in
down.
the dirt.
I'm
Went
gonna
from the
crouch
mud.
down and roll up my right sleeve, and then I'm gonna place my hand on his chest, and I'm gonna be like, "I think it's smart that you start talking," and then I'm gonna cast Hex as just kind of it's pretty dark, but like these shadowy kind of almost like smoky tendrils crawl around him, and so he is hexed, and he has disadvantage on strength saving throws. Or not saving throws, just strength. Any ability checks that have to do with strength.
Okay. You further feeble him as if the bindings weren't enough.
Yeah, it doesn't. It only does damage when I do an attack. So just
Mm-hmm.
that necrotic damage thing.
You cast the and that is a necrotic attack. So you can
No,
target
it
either
just
charisma.
if I hit him, I get to do extra necrotic damage. But I
Well,
have I
yes,
haven't.
but the hex is still identified as a necrotic thing. Like you
Oh, I
attack
see, I
part
see.
of his psyche with that.
Okay.
So you can choose either charisma, wisdom, or intelligence.
Is there a way that I could have it do no damage, or does it still count?
So if you would like it to deal no damage, then you need to roll a crit and choose 0.
Oh, easy.
So it's a D4.
Okay,
Oh my
I'll do charisma.
Okay, charisma. Go ahead and roll a
Yeah.
D4.
The D4.
Oh.
2. Okay. You can, as you put the hex on him, you can see that he has maybe a little bit of a superstitious fear in him, and that his eyes widen a little bit in this.
Superstitious fear? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So now that we're on the
Yeah,
same
holy
page,
shit.
I think you answer the kind lady's question.
Roll me a
Where's your
persuasion
shit?
check.
Start talking.
Persuasion max.
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion? My bad.
Yeah. A
Dude,
12.
Absolute
Come on.
dog.
Today's
You
not the
literally had a
day.
+8.
Today's
Literally a
not the
+8.
day. Damn.
No day's the day for Wax's persuasion.
Apparently.
Wax just ain't that persuasive of a guy. What can we say?
Damn. You'd think the leader of a thieves guild would be more persuasive.
I will.
You
I,
think someone
I
with a
will leave the
+8?
Discord call.
He looks up at you, and he takes a small moment, and you can see that he's sort of battling an inner demon of the fear that he's been brought through, the waterboarding that's just happened, and the damage he's incurred, before he collects himself and says, "If you want everything that I've taken years to acquire, it's gonna take a little more than that."
Oh my god. I applaud you, okay? You have some will. But where do you see this going? You either tell us and we might keep you alive, or you don't tell us and you die here. I don't think you understand your options. You have one option to make it out here alive. I don't get what this big. What are you trying to accomplish right now? Tell me.
He looks at you first and says, "Oh, I don't think I'm getting out of here alive. I just think you're not getting anything out of my death."
Oh, you don't piss me off. Stab him with my dagger.
Ooh, a stab. Piercing
stab.
damage.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Oh wait, I have dagger stats.
Dagger stab is not enough.
Oh my! Can I make a check to try and play this off like I missed on purpose?
Oh my god.
Well,
Or no?
so what's gonna have happened here is it's still landed,
Oh.
but you're gonna
okay.
see something happen.
He targets this guy.
We're gonna roll to see which of those stats it's going to actually attack. But first off,
Okay.
you're gonna see that the dagger holds into his stomach, and he sort of like clenches his ab muscles around it as
What
if
the
he's like
fuck?
trying to take it from you. And he's gonna wiggle, and he's gonna try and use a strength roll to steal the dagger from you.
What the fuck?
But he does have disadvantage on that because of a hex.
He wants to
Let's
use
go.
his abs to steal a dagger.
He's absorbing the dagger with it.
What the
Uh,
fuck?
He has a 2d20. So I'm going to roll 2d20s. I'm going to add the modifier afterwards. He has a +5 to them currently. So a 15 and a 3. 3 plus 5 will not be enough for the DC that you have with your hex, correct? Oh, no, it's just that he's rolling with just a general disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
8 is not enough to actually steal the dagger from you. You're able to gently wiggle it out. But because of his outburst and attempt to capitalize on the situation, he unfortunately took some damage. And with a piercing, let's see, which one is that? That's Dexcon or Charisma. We're going to roll a D3. It's going to be a 3, which will be his Charisma. Now, Wax, because you failed to hit this, you accidentally did more damage than you intended. Instead of a D4, you're rolling a D6.
Oh. Sheesh.
This is what we call oof.
Oh,
Wait,
this
his
is a critical
role
fail.
line works.
And in this case, it works. He only takes 1 damage.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. I don't mess up. I just take a while to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
However, it seems that this damage was just enough to
Oh.
tip him over a little too much for today. And you see that he passes out from pulling out the dagger. He seems to be fine, and he'll wake up in a couple of hours. But he's passed out for now and can't be talked to.
Lame.
Zurg, I actually have a question.
Yes.
What happens if we end up lowering his one of his ability scores to 0,
He will
and
die.
he'll die?
Well,
Okay.
if you bring his constitution to 0, he will definitely die. If you bring his strength, he will be unable to move at all without assistance. Dexterity, he will not be able to. What was it? He will not be able to do anything other than walk. Intelligence, he will not be able to say any words to you. He will lose his ability to have speech. Wisdom, he will lose all sense of what society is as he sort of like his mind breaks and reverts back to an animalistic instinct. And charisma, he will be unable to communicate with people.
Ooh, so we stay
Wisdom
away
and charisma
from
are a
him.
little hand in hand. But
Yeah.
constitution will be the one that kills him.
Okay.
And is there any way to figure out how much, like
Medicine
how,
checks.
like medicine
Medicine
checks? Okay.
checks.
Can I do a medicine check now on him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
DC
I would
is
like to help
15.
her. I also want to see.
And if you pass 18, you can know one of his ability scores.
I think the most we've hit him is his wisdom, right?
Yes.
Okay, what's his wisdom at?
His wisdom is currently at 14.
Okay.
Okay, so he's got a +2 in wisdom.
Is that
Can I roll
15? You said?
15?
14.
14. Can I roll to see his constitution?
Yep. Ooh,
Alright.
a 9 is
Oh,
not
no.
enough.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see his intelligence?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Ooh.
You
unfortunate.
guys.
Hey,
Truth was
I'm
almost there.
longboarding.
Truth was almost there. He just needed one more.
Oh,
I just
man.
love how I get the 13 when I have a +1, but not when I have a +8, because that's unfair.
Okay, so we know where his
That's
wisdom's at. Okay.
Can we just
Yeah,
take it back? Go on.
I was gonna cast Spare of the Dying just to really make sure he doesn't die.
You want to cast Spare the Dying on him.
Yeah, it's just a cantrip
Okay.
that makes him succeed all death saves.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can only do that when they have 0 HP.
Oh yeah, he's not at 0. You're right. Never mind.
God, what a loser.
Dude, I'm gonna punch you, bud. But
Oh man.
Yeah, okay. Wait, what'd you roll on that punch again, bud?
Ooh.
my
A 10.
send me your address right now. I'm pulling up.
Send me your
Ooh.
address.
Ooh, is it gonna be on site?
Yeah, on site. What up, dog?
Ooh.
I'm gonna grapple this man.
I
Let's see what-
mean, he's in his front yard now. You'll see him rolling up.
That's
Won't even
true.
get out of the car. I'll just hit you with the car.
Damn. Shit.
Yeah, we'll drag his body back to the campfire
Yeah.
there, just so he doesn't die of
Okay.
cold.
Sure thing. He's back at the campfire.
Whoa.
I'm gonna put him like here, propped up against this this barrel. You guys now have a couple of hours to either plan, talk about what you learned, or prepare for the next session or the next like session of interrogation.
So what if he wasn't lying? Like, did you ever check your ass, Zinnia, just in case?
Oh
the
my
treasure is-
fucking god. Shut up. Don't make me fucking waterboard you, okay? Don't start this.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try.
Can I just look over at the river and just like use shape water and bring a ball of water over to me?
Yeah, you
Counter
can.
spell.
It's a cantrip. It's just a cantrip, bud.
Yeah, she's just gonna do it again after you counterspell.
I'll just do it again.
Okay, the first one failed. I won.
Okay, fine. I'll just use produce flame and just bring a ball of fire to me.
God, that's not waterboarding.
That's
Well-
that's not waterboard.
Well, fireboard. It's the same thing, right?
Not really. I would not say that those two things are the same.
No, you don't want to try it? I feel like we should try
No,
it. We should
I'm
test
good.
it out, you know?
I'm really good. I actually forgot I was scared of you. I shouldn't have said that.
I forgot I was terrified.
Oh, well,
Yes,
alright. And then
the
I'll just
brothers
like,
are afraid of Zinnia.
I'll just snap it out of existence. Like, alright, well, fair enough.
Hey, there.
Just
Can I
shrug.
see that helmet?
No.
No.
Well, I guess that's that.
Why? Can I see the helmet?
The helmet. What helmet?
I think he means
You
the
mean the
mask.
mask?
Yeah.
The mask of the bird.
Mine.
No,
Oh my God.
mine.
There- There's
You
gonna...
two need to stop hanging
and-
out with each other. You're a bad influence on them.
What do you
Bad
mean?
influence.
I didn't do anything.
Nah, but now he's thinking. No,
We're not in
he's
interrogation.
he's going against me.
He's thinking now. Oh no.
They would like to hand Wax their Truth the mask.
Okay, you hit Truth the mask.
I mean,
I
helmet,
am
sorry.
going to try and look
Yeah.
at the mask to see if there's something in the mask that made him, when he like inhaled it, it made the toxin like heal him. If it was directly what the mask was doing.
Okay. You would want to do an Arcana check then, or you can do an Intelligence check to see if it is mechanical.
I will do intelligence. Oh, let's
21.
go!
Wow. That's
That
crazy.
there is nothing mechanical in the mask that is able to filtrate the smoke.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Would you like to sharpen an Arcana check now?
Could I do another? Can I make an Arcana check then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay! Ooh, 20.
30, 20.
Jeez.
Only when
I
it
love
counts.
the whooping and hollering. from
Woo!
Hey, I'm
Full
telling you, I
monkey
don't fail.
mode.
I just succeed slowly.
Oh my god.
He's a
Anyways.
slow succeeder.
Slow
He's slow in the
succeeder.
sucking of seeds.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
As you look over this mask, engraved into the copper beaks on the inside, you're able to see small engravings of arcane runes. Runes. These runes you've seen before on previous kinds of jobs where you've had to employ things like smoke grenades to get past some security guards or etc. and still be able to move around yourself. You know that there are filtration arcane runes on here. Nothing of like what you've seen on Masks from the Smile, however. Masks from the Smile have their powers imbued into them. This had magic ingrained into it from an external source.
Okay. That's good. Dare, how attached are you to this?
Yes.
Yes.
I hold
Not at
up.
all.
Oh, not at all?
No. I took it because I
No.
thought it was important.
Oh.
It sounded like there was like a minuscule amount of like, no, it's not important or anything. It's
No.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No, like it's the first thing I got.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like it's the first one I've had. It's
Oh,
departed from the axe.
oh no!
The axe
Oh,
is just gonna continuously just on there.
oh my god. Wait, is this canon? Are you saying it? Are you saying this? It's the first thing I've got.
Huh?
Are you meaning
No.
that? It's the
No.
first I've got since the X.
Dare shows his true colors.
Yeah, honestly. I just wanted my ex.
I just wanted a thing, man, okay?
Only thing that hits home.
Oh my god. Well, so you said a couple hours before he wakes back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just long rest then?
You would be able to have a long rest before he wakes up, yes.
Okay, then I'm just gonna be like, hey, listen, I'm tired as hell, and so I'm just gonna go, like, sleep. He probably won't wake up till later anyways.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll keep watch.
Okay. And then, are these are these tents all there and stuff?
Yeah, these tents are all actually there. Like, this is your campsite.
Oh, okay, then I'm gonna go into one of the tents and just sleep. Or slip.
And just sleep.
Schlep. Long rest.
Okay. So that is one person who's decided to take a rest here. Does anyone else want to rest? Or does anyone else want to prep some possible tools for the next session you'll be having?
I'm just gonna keep watch. I'm actually gonna sit just like leaned up against a different barrel just right next to him.
Leaned up against a different barrel right next to him. Okay.
Yeah.
And Dare? Dare will go to the other side of him. Okay. And Zinnia, you're in your tent taking a good old sleep, but the rest
Hell
of you
yeah.
guys decided not to rest, correct? You decided to just stand guard?
Yeah, just like take like maybe like
so he's
the
not
first-
lonely. Ah!
So yeah, Dare in truth would have been able to have a short rest in this because you decided to stay guard, but you didn't do anything too strenuous. Zinnia would have
Okay.
had a long rest.
I want my spells
Makes sense.
back.
Could I
As-
try and
Oh, yeah,
attune
yeah.
to the mask?
Oh, you
Oh,
begin
smart
attuning to a
man.
new mask.
Ooh.
Welcome to that next part. Man, you guys unlocking mechanics left and right. Okay, so
What can you say? We're the
We were so you have been attuned already once to a mask of great power bestowed upon you by a dark patron. In order to unlock a new mask or attune to it, there are several different paths that can be taken. One, you can try and identify who is the maker of the mask. In this case, like in the case of yours, it would have been your dark patron, the Smile. In other cases, it seems that he might not be the only one making masks, however. And if he is not the one that has made the mask, it will be harder to go through if you do not know who the maker of the mask is. Otherwise, you can try and study the mask through either arcane or mechanical means to understand the workings of said mask. This will take time to things for attenuation and learning the ins and outs of it. If you are able to learn who is the creator of the mask, you will be able to attune to the mask after 8 hours of study. If you do not know who the mask maker is, then it will take you at least 20 hours of study, and there will be rolls that determine how across the clock you go, basically, how much progress you're able to make studying it. In those cases, it can either be your Arcana checks or your Intelligence checks, and I have a clock here that I will be progressing forward based on your progress and rolls.
I would like to ask a question.
Yes.
What if? Because, so, can I be attuned to both masks at once?
Yes.
Okay.
However, if masks are of different creators, there is a possibility that there might be some interplay between those masks if you decide to go further than just identification. You know, if you truly attune to both masks, there is always the possibility that some of them don't play nice well together.
Okay.
But you will start gaining hints and knowledge of that as you identify it. It won't just be like shit, suddenly they're not working well.
Could I try and maybe, basically, because this one is like infused, this one is kind of like, just like it was added onto it. Would there
Yes.
be any way that I could like, basically like, take that enchantment or whatever it would be, and kind of put it on my mask, so I just wear one?
You want to alter your mask.
Only if that's not only if that like the where I signed to get the mask, if it says you cannot alter, then I won't. But like if
it
I
is
know that
not-
this is gonna like,
It has not been mentioned to you before, but it depends on if you want to just go for it or if you want to maybe ask someone.
better to beg for forgiveness. I'll
Okay.
try and add on to my mask.
You will try and add onto your mask and make a modification.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you have been able to identify what these arcane runes look like, but for the actual mask plus mask equals mask squared, you will have to do one check for me to see how dexterous your fingers are in performing this arcanic ritual.
A
You
charisma
can
check.
either make an Arcana check, or you can give me a straight dexterity check. The Arcana check will be, I know what this symbol is so well that I can carve it without having to be too careful because I've seen this and I know what is important and what is not. And the dexterity check is straight up copying the symbol as close as you can see it.
I will. I'm gonna go up to Dare. Be like, Dare, can you help me with something?
There would
Dare
look
begins
up.
to type.
yeah.
Oh, he talks.
Yeah, no. There would look up and it's like sort of look at like what.
Here, I need you to hold this bird mask kind of up against the the fireplace, or what is it, campfire, because I need to be able to see the runes.
Okie dokie.
Could Dare give me the help action with this check?
Yeah.
The only time I include others is when I'm. No, it will not give you a help action. It will just be narrative.
Damn.
Fucking let me hold it. You're holding it wrong. I'm just kidding, man.
No. Whatever.
Then yeah, I'll do the Arcana check as Dare is holding it up for me.
Okay.
I'm so scared.
Don't fuck
so
up.
scared.
Ooh, is that good? Is that
Pinked it.
good?
Pinked it.
Okay.
Pinked it.
You were able to get you were able to study the mask first, sort of understanding which marks of the runes mean what, how they refer to each other through aetheric means, and after a little bit of study, you're like, okay, I think I get what how this is truly constructed and how it messes with the aetheric influences, specifically in regards to smoke and filtration. And you go in to start marking it on your mask. You're able to get most of the way through everything, but you are not able to completely finish all of the markings that are there. However, your mask is now filled with lines of runes and various markings that faintly glow, as if they're almost attuned to the exact equation you needed, but there's just one or two lines that aren't entirely there yet and might need just a little bit more study.
Okay. Is this like this is how far I'm able to get right now, or like is this like
Yes.
I have to make a second roll to try and push?
You would have to try and finish it off, which will require another point of time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, you did amazing. You succeeded for this session. It's just for unlocking that kind of mechanic thing requires more than you using up like one short rest's amount of time. Basically.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. With that being said, Dare, are you doing anything in the night? Would you like to prepare anything, or are you just sitting by so you're not too lonely?
I'm just sitting by, so I'm not too lonely.
Oh.
I'm talking with the bird, man. You know,
Oh
he's
my God.
knocked out.
You're just having a nice chat with him.
Yeah.
So how's your
What kind of
day?
conversation are you having?
It just, I don't know. Like, I'm just talking about our, we're just talking about our day, what happened. It's kind of
So
wild,
you
a
got
little bit,
tortured.
Yeah. Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit what you're talking about with him. Give me a line.
God damn it. God, did you see what Zinua was wearing?
Oh my God, you fucking whore.
And as Day slowly breaks over it, and Butler is or Dare is
Stupid.
talking about, dude, did you hear what she's wearing? You hear a what? Huh? What? Who's wearing? And then he looks around and sees you casually talking to him, and Truth right beside him, sitting down, and he starts wrestling and trying to break free of what he has, and he kicks at specifically Dare. 'Cause he's like, what are you doing with me? Why are you talking? Get away! Get away!
Why are you talking with
By the
me?
way, that hex lasts for 8 hours.
It does, and it has been 8 hours.
Yeah, it's been
Oh,
a long
okay, okay,
rest. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Alright.
So actually, I'm gonna make an unarmed strike here because he's
Yeah.
technically kicking at you.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
14. Will that hit?
No.
Okay. And he just kicks the air near you.
Okie dokie. I'd like
Loser.
to. I'd like to just like put my arm on his shoulder, my hand like on his shoulder, and just try to intimidate him, and just say like, please don't do that again.
Roll intimidation.
Please don't do that again.
Please refrain from
Ooh. An
struggling.
18 will hit. So he'll look at you and you'll see sort of the color leave his skin. His skin tone becomes 2 shades lighter as he goes, yes, sir.
It's like I would
Oh,
highly
wow.
suggest you don't do that again.
He's
Wow,
remembering the
you should-
waterboarding session.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, he's the one who did that.
He looks around at everyone else though and goes, okay, well, it's daytime now. Are we waiting until nighttime for this, or what's happening here?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Wow, are
wait,
you
let
in
me
a
come
hurry or
back.
something? why don't we stay and talk a little bit, and then I'm gonna start just kind of feeding him breakfast.
What breakfast is it?
Whatever our rations are. I didn't actually. I don't even know if we have.
Feel
Rations.
free to make up. What would you imagine your rations to be?
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I just like either like hardtack or like a muffin or something, like something breaded.
Something breaded. Okay.
Breaded, not
Then
dry
you
meat.
hold up.
Yeah, some
I'm sorry,
dried
what was that?
meats probably.
Okay.
Hmm.
What are you handing him the dried meats though?
Nah, he's kind of tied up. I just hold it in front of his mouth, offering it.
But it's dried meats, not the hardtack.
Oh yeah, no, it's the dried meats.
Oh, he takes a bite of it. You see him sort of reach out and sort of like snatch it from your hand, and then he, sort of like how you do when you can't use your hands, you like put your head up to the sky and just go like, "Ark." Before he looks and he goes, "Man, for everything you guys did yesterday, I didn't imagine I'd be treated to meats and everything as part of my meals. I was expecting just pure dog slop."
I mean, you kind of put a little bit. Sorry, you go.
No, I was just gonna say that requires finding dog slop. That's too much effort.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I mean, you kind of put a little bit of perspective into us last night before you kind of passed out for some reason. I think
For some reason, you put a knife in my belly.
okay, it was a joke. Not the knife.
It
I was
was
actually
a
pissed,
joke.
but bringing it up was a joke. Okay. So, but I think we should just come to an agreement. I think this torture thing is way beneath all of us. I think we're all a lot classier than that.
Aw.
You're classier than this, really. Aren't you supposed to be of the Thieves Guild?
Yeah. What about it?
He looks at you and says, "Then why are you this kind to your competition? I mean to take over."
Oh, my bad. I did not know that we were throwing around just terms that lightly. Competition? I do not see you as competition. I did not know who you were before yesterday. You are not competition, sir. You are dirt on my boot.
Damn. Sheesh.
Give me an intimidation.
Oh.
14.
14. Unfortunately, that is a tie, so it doesn't exactly intimidate, but he does sort of get like you are the bigger dog, and that he is small fries, he's small pickings in the term of things. He just thinks that he might have been able to at least have some kind of hold on you, a little more than you're letting on. And he'll look up at you and just go, "If I'm nothing, well, I certainly got a lot of your things."
Like what?
You haven't been taking too kind of a look around your, what was that whole place even called over there? The headquarters and the such? You sort of just
Don't
let
act like you don't know,
people
you
come on
fanboy.
through.
You fanboy.
I've been coming there for a couple months now, helping myself to your little treasure trove.
Oh,
Damn.
really? Interesting. How did you do all that pickpocketing with one arm?
He looks down at his arm and he goes, you know how they say when you're robbed of one of your senses, your other's heighten?
Yeah, you stole with your
This is
legs.
what- he holds up his feet and wriggles his toes in front of your face and goes, "Hey, maybe you can try and find out sometime, huh? Why don't you get sucking?"
What the fuck?
But no, I just got better with my left arm is all. My right arm got
Oh.
taken from me. Like, and he sort of like shuts up a little bit and you can see him grimace. Goes, "That's not important.
Wow.
I lost my arm from something and, well, I learned to make do with my left, and let's say I was really good at adapting."
Huh.
Can
Interesting.
I try to the name that he's about to say? Their intimidation.
Ooh,
Or
how are you trying to do it?
I just grab onto like his left arm and say, what do I say? Better give me the name before I become the name of the man who took your left arm.
Oh,
Sheesh.
that's a pretty
Nice.
good one.
Yeah.
Give me no, you already passed your intimidation roll, so I'll say that it's a success for this. He takes a moment, looks brings his head over to you. While you were saying that, he wasn't even like trying to meet your gaze. Like he was trying to avoid eye contact. But eventually he looks up at you and meets your eyes and goes, "It was Percival de Stroud."
Oh, the cat.
And he sort of like, you can see him sort of like try and feel around in his pockets before realizing it's gone and go, yeah, okay. Which one of you has the grimoire?
I'll just wave my hands. That'd be me. Hi.
Okay, I don't know if you've taken a look in there, but flip to around the middle. There should be a drawing of a cat.
Okay, can I just like go over to in front of him and just like sit down like cross-legged in front of him? Be like, okay, and then I'll just start flipping through it. Oh, there it is. Is it this kitty?
And as you flip over the journal and show him the drawing, you see him sort of like grimace for a little second, and he like his left arm trying to cover his right, but unable to since he's tied up. And yeah, that's him. That's the Stroud. He and I used to be partners, but well, he's certainly not doing anything to help me out here anymore.
When we read the book or the grimoire, was Percival or Percival? Was it
Person.
with a V?
Versatile.
Was he trying to like unleash the false hydras and attack the place?
Yes, he is the one that came up with the whole false hydras that he submitted to the Kingdom of Zarunta to begin the attack.
Oh.
I see. Okay.
Damn.
Homegrown, home tested.
Nice.
Sheesh.
So did you guys leave off on bad terms, or you guys still friends?
He sort of scoffs at you and goes, "Well, I don't know how you guys do things in the Nighthawks, but I don't really leave all my friends with one less arm than when I meet them.
Hey, you'd be surprised.
We used to, well,
Damn.
he and I used to be partners. And before we continue on with that, all three of you can give me some history rolls.
Hey,
Okay.
history. Where is that? It'd be right here. Never mind.
Ha!
Okay.
16.
I
16
history
and
more than
18.
all of you.
Those will all hit. So all three of you will be able to know this then. In the Kingdom of Zarunta, it is very common for marriages and partnerships to happen out of a selfish desire to become better, to overtake things. People don't marry because of love in the Kingdom of Zarunta. They marry for status and because that they can help each other. And usually, commonly, it is always someone skilled in the aether, a thaumaturge, that marries someone who is good with mechanics and is a alchemist or tinkerer of sorts. Those two are always the ones that seem to come together in those situations. It's always someone who is skilled in magic and someone who is skilled with mechanics. They will often marry each other, live together, and be partners as they scheme their way to the top. The Kingdom of Zarunta is known for being not the land of opportunity, but the land of schemes, the land of figuring out a way to get yourself to the top and gain everything in the world that there is. And so him saying that he is a partner or was a partner of Percival de Stroud leaves that sort of impression on you that at one point they were together for some kind of reason, and at some point one of them specialized in something and the other in something else that they needed. But as he continues on, he says, eventually what I thought our partnership was continuing on as, I guess he got everything he needed out of me, so he set loose his new creations on me, and I barely got out of there alive. may have lost my arm, but before he found out that I lived through the attack, I went through his study and I took everything I could, all of his research, all of his papers, and he points to Zinnia. And that grimoire. I decided Zarunta was too dangerous for me to stay in, and I took all of those possessions and I set up shop over here in Brador. I didn't really look through everything. I've sort of just been trying to gain a foothold over here, try and build up enough things that I can hopefully one day go back and take back what's mine. Or, best things first, if I could take revenge on that fucker for all he took from me.
So what exactly
Nice.
did you provide him with?
I'm an alchemist. I'm a mechanical. I'm good with mechanics and things. And putting together various potions together of sorts that can help imbue them with greater potential than they did before. And specifically, and he sort of looks around. Where'd you even put that thing anyways? Where's my bird? Did you leave it on the battlefield or did you bring it to the campsite?
I thought we brought it.
I think we would have.
I thought
You took the
Right.
gas tank out of it, but you weren't able to really get a hold of everything on it. It would have required a good effort to actually bring it to the campsite.
Oh, I guess not.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think we said, but if it was an option, I feel like we would have done it. But we didn't say that we did it. So
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
You
pretty
say you
sure.
do it, you would have had to take time to really go and do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it wasn't really an option. Like, oh, do you want to take the bird? It's like, I want to take the bird.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I see.
I
I
will
see.
set aside time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He, though, after looking around, goes, well, that thing I was riding on, that's one of my inventions, one of my creations. I'm good at putting together various ingredients together and marrying them with my mechanical inventions. I provided frameworks to things, mechanical solutions that would help where nature obviously can't fucking do shit. He sort of like kicks the ground a bit and goes, for all nature gives us, it really can't do that much than even me with just one arm can do.
Hmm.
That's
The
an
future's
interesting
out there for
way.
your taking. I mean to grab it by my own hand.
Hmm.
Nice.
Cool. That's a
Nice.
good one.
Good one. So yeah, so
Hmm.
I think that we can come to an agreement, and I would consider us friends now. Now listening to your breakup story and everything
I'm
like that.
sorry.
What a sad
The
breakup.
divorce.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, divorce.
And again, we do feel for
Like,
you, and
Took
this
our
may come out as
baton first.
insensitive, but I really do care about you because we are friends now. I think it is in
Make a
both of our
persuasion roll
interests.
first.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
25. Oh my God.
Okay. Keep going.
So now that we are well acquainted, we'll help you if you help us. Because what's mine is yours. And you've shown that by taking what's mine.
Oh my god.
So I think that we have a little parlay of we go back to your place, you answer more of our questions in a more formal, platonic setting, and I get at least my stuff back. Or you know what, you can keep it if you help us enough. Because I have some questions of my own, and we're still on question 1, and you know how long it's going to take to get through all of mine. So I think we go back to your place. We sit down, maybe have a drink, talk a little bit more, and maybe we can help you, arm for arm, eye for eye.
You'd be willing to help me get revenge on that fucker.
Yes.
And what exactly do you want in exchange?
Your allegiance.
You aim to make me a Nighthawk.
I mean, it's very informal, and you definitely you weren't planning on it, but anybody who can steal from us and get away with it for as long as you have, I feel like it's better to have you on our side.
Do you mean to enter a partnership?
Yeah.
That was a long pause.
He starts eyeing you up and down, Truth. How would you describe how you're currently sitting or standing over him?
I'm like sitting next to him, like basically like
You're sitting. You're on his level.
yeah, I'm on his level. Like we're sitting next to each other, as if we were both on a park bench, like kind of sitting next to him, leaning up against a different barrel.
Are your legs crisscrossed, or is one sort of like your hand kneeling on it and the other laid down on the ground kind of thing?
I have my the knee closest to him is up, like a little triangle, and then my right hand
Like
is
a
on that
little
knee.
triangle.
Okay.
So you have more of an
He-
open, like.
He peeks his neck over and starts checking you out.
Wait.
And he says, "Really? I mean, I guess I could do with you. If you want to enter a partnership, then."
Sheesh. Oh man, wait.
Would want
You remember
nothing
what I
more.
said? In the
Yeah.
case of Zurg,
Partnerships.
people enter partnerships to help each other with things, but not as a marriage in Zurg.
Yeah.
And it comes with other responsibilities.
I look at him and I go, I would want nothing, and I put my arm on his shoulder.
Oh.
Wait.
I put
Did
my
you say
hand on-
nothing more?
Yeah, I said I would want nothing more, and I put my hand on his shoulder. He's still tied up, but
Yeah, he's still totally tied up. But
Yeah.
he looks at you and goes, "This is going to be the weirdest hookup story I've ever had to tell."
Oh my god.
yep.
And he says, I need one more roll to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this.
Oh
Give me
man.
one, just, you can either choose a, just a persuasion roll. Just a persuasion roll.
Okay.
17, okay. He looks at you and says, "Well, you'd probably be the best looking partner I've had anyways. I'm willing to see where this goes. Especially if this means I get to get back at my ex."
Can I see if he's genuine? Can I insight this man?
Yeah, you can totally
This
insight him.
is taking such a fucking turn.
10. For the most part, he seems genuine. You can tell that there was genuine shock in his face, that he thought people from Brador would never offer a partnership to him.
Yeah.
And that when you confirmed that you knew what it meant, that not only made him more surprised, it made him definitely more on your side and willing to cooperate. By understanding his culture and where he came from, he knows that you know what you're talking about and you're not shooting the shit.
Sick. Okay.
Then he says, "Fine, I'll take you to the." Oh, where was it?
Remy says, "Hell yeah, congrats."
Who says congrats?
Remy.
Oh.
Hell
Love to
yeah,
see it.
congrats.
Hell
I'll just
yeah. He
I'll just-
yeah.
I just like to pat the Black Crow on the back and say sorry for wanting you. Sorry for waterboarding you, brother-in-law.
Oh, sheesh.
He looks at you and goes, "Wait, the two of you are brothers?"
Just nod my
Yeah,
head,
we'll
yeah.
explain more on the walk.
Sure. I can take you to the Devil's Cuddy. And he looks at Zinnia and says, "In a way, sweetheart, I wasn't lying. It was up your ass. Devil's Cuddy is short for it's slang for devil's asshole."
Oh my god.
We'll check.
I just look at Zinnia being like, I told you to check. I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna put like my hand on my head and be like, I was about to say congrats, but now I kind of want to slap you.
It's funny because I had that prepped beforehand, and the second that you guys decided to go on there with
Oh my
that one
God.
thing of like, "Did you ever check?" I was like,
Fuckers.
But he sort of like stands himself up, still tied, and goes, "Well, can you untie me?"
I'll go over
Nah.
with. I still have. Wait, no?
I look at him, I size him up and down, and I go, stay tied up. I'm into that. And I wink.
Jesus.
I get up and I start packing everything.
He looks at you and says, "No, this is not the bedroom. We're in a
And I go,
partnership
"Yeah,
now. We're
Zinnia,
partners, and I
untie him
don't mean
for
to be on
Yeah.
the bitch end like last time."
Ooh. Damn. I'll be like, that's fair, that's fair, and I'll go over with the little dagger, and I'll just like, like, slice the rope. There you go. I'll just collect the rope back, so we still have it.
And he goes, "Who has his mask right now?"
Truth
I
does.
think Wax
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
No, wait,
He'll
did I give it back to you?
No, he has it.
I think I yeah. No, because he told me to hold it in the
Oh.
campfire. Campfire.
Okay.
then he'll
Oh,
go to
yeah.
I'd
Dare and
assume
say,
I'd give it back.
he'll go to Dare then and say, "Can I have that back, please?"
I look at Trey to see what he wants to do with it.
I just give him a
Trust.
nod, silent nod.
I just hand it to him then.
Okay. He takes the mask and says,
A
"Thank
wedding
you.
gift.
That's more important than you could realize. That's And he sort of are you guys wearing your masks during this?
I'm always wearing a mask.
Okay,
the most
that's
part.
true. Then as he's talking to Dare, he'll say, I don't know what your mask is from, but there's other stories attached to this thing." And he'll put it on, and he'll close the beak, and walk after Truth, who I imagine. Oh, wait a second. I didn't give you guys your permissions on this. Oh no, you guys do have yours. Truth, you said you walked into one of the tents, right?
Yeah, no, I just said I was gonna start packing things up.
Oh, you're just
'cause
packing
we're about
things
to head
up.
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will walk into one of these tents to begin helping pack.
I'd like to ask him if he'd want to try to see if we could still retrieve the mechanical bird that was left on the battlefield.
Oh, then you go over to him in the tent. And as the rest of people pack up, since you guys are not going around anywhere anymore, I could bring it back here to the campfire. You enter into one of the tents with him, start beginning to pack things up. You see him sort of just scooping things in his one big left arm and then putting it back into crates and the such. And he looks around and says, "Yes?"
I was wondering, knowing that you are a tinker of the and very archonic. I'm not sure if you replicate the same mechanical barrier that you're writing, so I was wondering if you'd need assistance to going back to retrieve it if it's still there.
Yeah, if you can bring me back there, I can take a look and see what's still salvageable in the thing. It's gonna need a massive amount of repairs either way, but if I can at least get the core systems, I can probably rebuild it pretty quickly no matter where we go.
Okay.
Do you have a wagon or anything that I can bring over there?
I'm assuming since I'm just looking at the a map. There were wagons around there, correct? There?
Let me quickly double check. There were some small wagons, not enough to really be carrying the bird.
I don't think we have anything to carry the entire thing. Maybe we could take a few of the more key components with us. Then.
All right then. I can go and take a look then before I take you over to Devil's Cuddy.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Nice.
Is there anything else anyone would like to still do at this campsite before we go and check out the battlefield?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. Then we're going to go back to the battlefield in this case. Which we're over here, and there's the bird there. Sorry, I'm taking just a quick look at this for me. Those vultures are gone. You desummoned those a while ago, a day ago.
Yeah.
Nothing over there. Okay, now that I know that, I'm going to bring us back to the campfire thing just for visuals. And he starts looking over, the rest of this bird. He's sort of inspecting it as an engineer would one of their inventions, one of their crafts. He knows exactly which panels to be lifting, which screws to unscrew and check the internals of things. And now I get to make a couple of rolls. Okay, six, and then I'm gonna do. Okay. He comes back to Truth in particular and says, "Well, for the most part, it seems like she's broken up. Not really much I can be doing to help with that, but there's a couple of the core systems that are still functionable. I can load them onto some small carts, and I can start bringing them around.
All right.
However, to really get this thing working again, I'm gonna need about a week's worth of repairs,
All right. Makes sense.
and we're gonna have to go to town either to get the materials, or if you can find any other way that I can get them, to really like make use of the time. This is a week's worth, assuming I have the materials."
Hmm.
Very well.
What kind of materials?
And he looks around back at it and says, "Well, the thing uses a bronze framework, and one of the gas canisters seems to be ripped off of it, so I'm going to be able to have to repair that gas canister. It's going to need some iron and more copper, and then I need some etheric inhibitors, so that's going to be some extra. I'm gonna need some other elements around here. I'm gonna have to go talk to one of an alchemist or such, to really get the filters ready for that. It really sucks that I'm missing one of the gas canisters." But other than that, the rest of the framework is really just the bronze, like I mentioned, and then the tail wings. Usually, I use a sort of filtrated system of the smoke solidifying through orc's blood. I'm gonna need to get some orc's blood to really be able to take flight with those again. And then he sort of looks around, seeing if there's any approval, and goes, "But if I can't bloodlet, then I'm gonna have to need some kind of substitute for the wings that I'm gonna have to manufacture and engineer."
You just write everything down. That was way too many words. And then I hand him the gas canister and be like, "Here you go. I found it over there."
The gas canisters. You're already proving your partnership already. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then he goes and like slaps it onto the rest of the materials that he's taken from the bird, and goes, "Well, that's at least some taken off my workload."
Yeah, so write everything down. Also, Zurg,
Yeah.
Mr. DM, would
Yeah.
there be any cities kind of in the nearby circumference that we would have a good enough hold on or a good enough network in that I could just like hand this list to somebody there and that they could steal a good majority of it, or if not all of it?
Ooh. So the town that you were just coming across, you had a little bit of a hold, but not good enough for that. You
Mhm.
would need town with a good hold. Let me pull up my map really quickly.
Okay.
Get there.
Would Caniclith have any hold?
Canucleth would have not holds from the Nightwings, but it would have holds with the shipping routes. In particular, the newly sprung up pirate ships. The Nightwings would have had some dealings with before.
Pirates.
Pirates. The first of their kind.
Oh,
Yeah, if you wanted to fix your bird, unfortunately, you would have to travel to the southwest. That's where you have your strongest holds that you could just hand off a list and have things prepared for you.
how
But
many
over in the
trip
southwest
would
is
that
also
be?
the coastline, where you could just take it directly from the ships importing it themselves, straight from Kennicleth.
Hmm.
How far of a trip would that be, like to and from, like sending a message there, getting the
About a
component
week.
shipped? About a week.
About a week.
How far are we from his place right now?
His place, about like an hour or so.
How hard would it be to transfer like what he has of the bird to southwest to the coast of Canaclith?
As long as you have a sturdy ram and a cart, not hard at all. Just follow the roads.
How would we find could we get a good ram from
There are definitely rams at the HQ that you guys already own. However, you could also hire a porter at any of the nearby cities to use their ram and their carts to bring everything along, as well as not even have to be there with you. Or just get a ram. There are tons of rent-a-rams around everywhere.
Okay.
How much would we know like the pricing, or would we
The
actually need
pricing?
to go? Like the
If
general
you
pricing?
are trying to rent a ram, are you trying to rent a ram or are you trying to rent a porter?
I just want to know if we would know like both transactions, just trying to figure out which
For
one.
both of those
cheaper.
transactions, you would know the general pricing, yes.
Would you be able to tell us the pricing?
Oh, okay, yes. Sorry, I was wondering if you wanted me to tell you the price or if you just wanted to know if you knew it so you could like haggle. Okay, the normal pricing if you are trying to rent a porter for about a week's worth of a delivery would be about let's see, it'd be about half a gold, so 50 silver. And if you were trying to rent a ram, you could probably get that for around 5 to 8 silver.
Wait, how much was the rent a porter for a week?
50.
Half a gold, so 50 silver.
Okay, and then the rent a ram is 5 to what?
5 to 8.
Okay.
Over.
And that's
Yes.
also
Well,
for a week?
Yeah, for a week.
Okay.
Zurg, while we're doing this, I'm gonna ask the crow to write down like all the supplies that he would need, and then kind of like almost like a rough like how to put the bird together, just so we can find people who know how to do those certain things, so then we can get them the right help.
Okay. Actually, that is a great thing because if you ask him to have people who can roughly help with that, he will mention to you the only people who could really repair something like this is either in the Kingdom of Zurunta or over in the Pirate Bays near Canacleth. Those are
Okay,
the
I
only people
mean,
that are skilled enough to work on a bird like this.
trust me, we got everybody everywhere. I just need to know kind of like a rough, just so we get the right people. I don't want to waste your time.
Of course, of course. Give me just a little bit and I can write it all down, draw it out.
Okay, no problem.
Would it be
Sure.
easier? Should we just go to his place and like?
I think we should definitely go to his place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I feel like after that, it'd be in a way beneficial to just bring the bird with us and go towards Canaclith. Since you have relations with the pirates anyways, it would be easier to just, get stuff from there that he would need, and then we could have a giant mechanical bird with your partner.
Makes sense.
Is there a question?
Yes.
Would we have anyone talented in like his field in our ranks?
Oh
In our
no.
wings?
Hell no.
Okay. Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, no worries. In your ranks, unfortunately, you have no one that is skilled in like engineering to the expertise that he has shown. These kinds of
Okay.
things, even though you have seen them and you have fought them, and you may have seen someone like Terry before, which is like a technological invention, they are still very beyond most people's understanding. Definitely yours, and you have not been able to recruit anyone in Braydor of that matter. Braydorians are very good at being bureaucratic. They're very good at being able to understand law and help form societies, but they are not that good at engineering or mechanical things. When it comes
Okay,
to either
makes sense.
alchemy or when it comes to I'm blanking on the other word for it. For the people who can make things.
Tinkerers?
Yeah, but it's another name for tinkers. The actual D&D class.
Oh,
Artificers?
artificers.
Artificers, thank you.
yeah.
Artificers and alchemists, Braydor is in very, very short supply.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool.
Who were the people that he said that would be good at it? People from the docks at
Sarunta
Kinniclef?
and
People from the
Sarunta.
pirate docks, of Canacleth, and people, most of the people from Zurunta. where he came from.
I see.
And we have somewhat of a hold on the Pirate Bay, correct?
You know a couple of people on the Pirate Bay, yes. When the pirate, if you actually want, I can give you this as free info. The pirates have only just begun to appear in the world, as Kenocleth was the first nation to ever even invent or discover sailing. Sailing has only been around for a short amount of time, but it very quickly became a land of the open seas, a land of freedom, and a land people where the strong would survive. And the very first pirate queen has just made her recent appearance in the last year or two.
Pirate
And
Queen.
as leader of the Nighthawks and the thieves over in Bredor that bring the shipping over from Kenocleth to Bredor, you've definitely had a couple dealings with her before.
Okay.
Very nice.
I wouldn't say you're on the best of terms, but you're definitely in like a we respect each other's distance kind of thing.
Okay.
But you also know people underneath that pirate queen that could definitely fix those things. The pirates, while new, are definitely resourceful. After all, they're one of the ones that helped invent boats.
Mm-hmm.
Odors.
Boaters.
See, so we'll just go to his place first, and then
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
you'd like
I'll
to
just
go
wait
to
for that
his
list.
place. Sounds good. He's gonna get you that. He will have already handed you the list by now. On your guys'
Okay.
way there. So no worries about that. But
Makes sense.
for right now, since that's been a little bit, let's take a quick break.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone get some water, some things, as I
Mhm.
prep where you guys are going to be going. Since you decided you wanted to go to his cove. However, we're on our way to the hideaway at the Le Corbeau Noir has handed you guys his sort of list, his sketches, the things he needs,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts bringing you into his place. And the verdant, rolling hills start to give way. Weirdly enough, you're still in what is essentially the middle of the planet, completely landlocked on this continent, but somehow the trees start giving away for coastal environments, for palm trees and tall, sheer rocks, before you end up here.
That's
To
cute
a-
as hell.
A small grotto that seems to be
Birds are
completely
black.
out of place for everything else around here. And he turns around to you all and says, well, there you go. We've come here to the Devil's Cuddy. This is sort of a design of my own. I mentioned before that I don't really like nature. I like making things for myself, and so I made myself my own grotto over here. We've already been having a little bit of success over the things here. This little man-made invention of mine, my own little world. But with that being said, we've run into a couple of obstacles along the way, and he brings you over to another part of the grotto, the edge of the coast, as the rolling waves start lapping up against or crashing against the rocks. You see this, a broken ship. We've been trying to recreate what those in Kenocleth call boats and ships for a while now. We've never really been able to make it past this kind of coastline here. This has sort of been like a testing bay around here, and unfortunately, we haven't really been able to make too much headway. As you see here, we still are gathering some of the supplies from our last experiment. But luckily enough, it also disguises the entrance a little bit for us. And you can see that he, as you were looking at the ship, when you look back, he's no longer there. And instead, he's already on the ship. And he looks to you all and says, well, are we getting on our way now? And without a second word, he starts clambering down the ship and coming on over. Before you stands an impassable wave crashing against very dangerous shorelines.
I will make my way towards the bow
Ooh.
ends.
You're gonna have to make me some athletics or acrobatics checks to maintain your balance as the ocean or the homemade grotto waves start like heavily crashing against these thin razor edge pebbles of a landing for you. 16
Did
will
we
be enough.
see him do that, or he just like teleported to us on the?
You were busy looking at the ship, and by the time that you looked back, he was already on the ship somehow. But 16 will be able to get you there.
There, okay. Can I roll again?
You can. 17, you will be able to get you over here. You trepidatiously make your way across this thin line of rocks. The waves just sort of crashing at you, almost threatening to overtake your balance, but you're able to hold on through sheer force of will. Plant your feet into the rocks and make your way forward. An 8.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, you make your way over here, and as you begin to try and clamber up this taller piece of the rock, you lose some of your footing, and you begin to almost start crashing into the water. You get one chance to try and hold on, though. Make me another athletics or acrobatics check. DC is going to be 14. 23, you're able to hold on and keep yourself here, although not making any more headway.
I yell at the bird man. Is there any safer passage? Or is this the only way?
He looks back at the lot of you as he's sort of coming up this bit here and goes, why are you even going that way? Oh my god, no, quick, the rest of you, here, take this path. And he sort of like points over off to the side of you. Zinnia and Wax, can you give me perception rolls?
Perception.
Losers.
Jeez.
Where you look seems to just be open waves and ocean, or at least like this man-made lake. The water is crashing against the rocks around you, and you're not exactly sure what he could be pointing at. As he just continues to say, just take that over there. You'll be fine. And he looks over at Dare and says, You're stuck. You got to make your way past this now, I guess.
All right. Huh. 17.
And 17, you're able to, now with your feet firmly planted, knowing the situation you're in, be able to climb yourself up to the top of this rock, go over here, and you are now just a short hop away from being able to jump onto the sides of this now broken ship.
And that's still in athletics or acrobatics, correct?
That's athletics or acrobatics, DC 14. 20, you're able to get onto the side of the ship, and as you jump, you put out your hands, already ready to claw onto the sides of this ship, and you grasp onto the planks ahead of you, making a firm grasp, and you start pulling yourself up, slowly at first, before you start really getting into the groove of it, and you make your way on top, flipping over to the other side. The crow looks at you and says, well, that wasn't really required, but good on you.
Dare just raises his hands, looks towards Truth and Zinnia, and just be like, come on now, wusses, go!
Come on!
Can I yell at them?
Yeah.
Like, we don't see anything. We just see water. I don't know what you're pointing at.
Take the rock!
No!
The crow looks at you and says, really, you don't see it? Well, I can't fix blindness. I'd expect my partner to be able to at least know the way to get onto this ship.
I just look at her and I apologize on their behalf.
Shut up.
That's fine.
I whisper to Zinnia, if he keeps calling me his partner, I'm gonna stab him. And then
I mean, technically, he's not wrong.
I'm gonna get closer to the rock, like here. Or wait,
Where was he
Like,
pointing at? Like,
and I'm gonna
He
try
was
and.
pointing over here.
oh.
Yeah. Do I see something now that I'm closer to it?
No. Because of that perception roll, going 5 feet forward does not change it for you.
Can I?
Okay.
Can I use
I'm gonna
shape?
reach out my hand and just like, I don't know, like, I'm thinking like Indiana Jones, like leap of faith kind of thing. Like there's a bridge, but you can't see it. I'm gonna try and reach out for.
Can I just wait?
You're reaching out to
Wait. Can I
Yes,
use
yes,
can I use shape water and try to like push the water back or something, like away from the
Oh.
boat, just to see if I can see anything more?
Absolutely. You can up to a 5-foot cube you can move.
Okay.
So one of these squares, you can move that water in any
And
direction you want.
He was. Wait, how do I make the thingies? Is it this? Oh, how do you make the?
You do it, I believe.
How do you make the
What are you trying to
circly
do?
bits? Like where you, like, cause
Click
you guys
and hold. That pings.
Yeah, click and hold.
Nani?
Make sure you're on the
Ah,
mouse.
Okay.
Look, yeah.
Is it? He was pointing towards this direction, like right here.
Yes, he's pointing towards that direction.
Can I? Okay, can I move like this square like closer to the boat, like this area?
So you're able to move that square, but it immediately gets filled in with more water if you're moving it laterally. It's a large grotto after all. Lots of water to fill in.
Well, I can.
Like if the water source in Minecraft.
Huh?
Huh?
What is
Huh?
it? What?
So it's like an infinite water source in Minecraft.
No. I'm just saying if can
Minecraft.
can I?
Minecraft.
If there are no
I'm gonna speed
percent
bridge.
water freezes in 1 hour.
Speed bridge.
Can I? I can change the flow of the water. So can I?
You want to change the flow of the water.
I
That
don't
will
know.
require you pushing the strengths of your shape water, and you will have to make some Arcana rolls. for
Well,
me.
it says you instantly move or otherwise change the flow of the water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. This movement doesn't have enough force to
5
cause
feet.
damage. Yeah, so if
5 feet.
can I just change?
Like, are you trying to change the flow of surrounding water and everything? Because 5 feet is, like I said, one of those squares. It's a very small amount.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll try to move multiple, like the surrounding.
Okay.
Yes.
How many squares are you trying to move the direction of?
Oh. Guess that would be at least 2 or 3. It looks like, right? So like, if I'm going for this one, then there's the.
Are you trying to do like this right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So that will be 4.
4. Okay, so what do I have to do?
So what we're gonna do is you're gonna give me 4 Arcana rolls, DC 14, to see how well you can push yourself.
Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, only 1.
Yeah.
It just seems, although you are very good at your magics, pushing yourself past your limits is something you haven't learned how to do as well yet.
Okay.
Meanwhile, though, going back to Wax, you said you were putting out your hand like a leap of faith kind of thing, correct?
Yeah, I'm just gonna feel if there's like, you know, like a bridge we can't see because it like he designed. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure thing. So you walk to the edge of the coastline and then put your hand out into the air.
Or like down, like yeah, or just like kind of feeling around by like my feet. I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's like an invisible bridge because this dude is being very cryptic and just not telling us what we're looking for.
By looking out over the coastline, you start putting your hand out and you don't feel anything. And you hear the crows shouting from the ship over there. Why are you over at the coastline? What are you even looking at? No, just over there.
Zurg, can I try this? Like, see if I could see the path that he's talking about?
You would not be able to see it from where you are.
Okay.
Not the coastline, he says. What
You were saying,
constitutes?
why are you at the coastline?
What constitutes as the coastline? Like this area?
Let me draw for you. Meow.
Okay, so if we go back to like what here, maybe.
I'm just gonna hold out my hand to Zinnia and be like, I'm over this. Grab my hand.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm gonna
okay.
cast Thunderstep and then I'm just gonna teleport down to the boat.
Okay.
Wait.
Where do you want to land? What's the range on your thunder step again? 60 feet?
90.
90. So you have a decent amount of space. Where would you like to go?
I'm gonna take us both right here.
Okay. Go and move yourselves.
Okay. What, like there?
Okay. You hold on to Zinnia's hand, and immediately a clap of thunder strikes down from the heavens above, and you find yourselves on the ship.
Ooh.
Meanwhile,
Was there an
Uh,
underground passage? Is there?
Yeah, is that what that was?
I can't tell you. You didn't find it.
Uh,
The crow looks at you all and says, sure, I guess that's one way over here. Here, follow me. And then he jumps down one of the holes on the ship. And when you guys are in the interior of the ship, you notice that there is a... Oh, sorry, let me take a quick sip. It's only like in cases like this I realize D&D makes me talk a lot as a DM.
drink some water.
Yeah. When he jumps down to the interior of the ship and you follow suit through seemingly some kind of cannon hole or something that seems to have opened it up, you notice that part of the ship is wedged in to the actual rocks itself, into the crevices. And in those rocks is an entryway, a small wooden door hidden amongst the stone. And when you open it, you see that it goes down into a dark grotto of a cave. You pass by a labyrinth of various things and other bandits that seem surprised by your presence before seeing the crow sort of accept your presence, and they back off, not guarding anything. Bypass that dungeon. Good job, guys.
Nice.
And you come over finally to the interior. A collection
Ooh.
of various ships that seem to be docked, or at least remnants of ships. Their hulls broken and tattered, seemingly repurposed into shops, bars, and other things. When finally you notice a familiar face walking around these interior.
Oh,
I knew it.
it's the goat man.
It's the goat man.
What was his name?
He's coming out of one of the bars and sees you four and goes, goodness, are you okay? Why are you here? Were you not dealing with something else?
Hey, it's Llama Boy.
I am a Yol, sir.
Where was his name?
Do you know what
Yeah,
a
well-
llama is?
Yes.
Are there llamas? Okay.
They're not llama people, but there are llamas.
No,
Zurg
I
is
just
like,
want to know if
this
there's
is where I
llamas.
draw the line. No llamas in
How
the world.
No
dare
llama.
you?
How dare you assume I have llamas in my world?
Up there.
What was your name? Polly?
Polly, yes. My name was Polly. I came to beseech you at the Nightwings to please assist in the Citadel of the Sabbath, but I wasn't sure if you would exactly be up to the task, so I've been going around to all the various thieves organizations and inquiring for their help, and also just to help me get home. I'm trying to get back home over into the north.
Is he crying? Is that like...
No, he's just like an old man.
Oh, I see.
His
Yeah.
voice just gets
Not
raspy.
bad. I don't think you have to worry about the Citadel anymore. I think it kind of took care of itself.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Well, then, thank you for your help. I suppose I owe you some kind of reward for your services then. And he brings out one of his coin purses, and he hands each of you 2 gold.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
I'm a
Thank
rich
you.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help in there and everything. I don't know if this would be of any concern to a lot of you, but by chance, would you be able to help me get back home?
Yeah. Why not? You said you're heading up to the north?
Yes, to the Republic of Nor. Oh, that's wonderful that you'd be willing to come along with me. No one seems to have been willing to actually come up to the wastelands of Nor on the account of the bitter frosts, but oh, this is good news. And he starts looking around happily and starts gathering a couple of his things, closing the paycheck, and goes, when can we go?
I don't think that it's a right now we go with you. I'm saying if you stay here, you stay put, you stay safe. We can send someone here to escort you up to Nor.
I have to stay?
I mean, you've
Oh.
been doing it for this long. I don't. Just
I'd
a
rather
couple
not
more
stay
weeks.
here another day if I can. And at that moment, you hear one of the people coming around the corner, yelling out. You're able to sort of hear it going, Polly, if I ever fucking find you, you will rue the day you came over in here.
Polly,
See
what did
someone
you
start
do?
running around. A young lady with soft pink hair covered in a hood. She has a knapsack strung along her breast and some goggles that she seems to be lowering down, inspecting the area before lifting up and double checking to see what's around before going, where is he? Where is he? And Polly, meanwhile, has already hidden behind the bar counter at this point going, please, don't let her find me.
Here, Polly, we'll take care of you. I'm gonna go walk over to her.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk over to her, and she turns around and greets you with her sort of like emerald cyan eyes and staring daggers at you. You can tell that even though she's not angry at you, she is in a mood and she's here to get something done. She's like, you, have you seen a Yole around here? Old, probably about like 4 feet high.
Maybe. What happened?
He owes me money. He rented a couple of my rams for some sort of industrious endeavor, and he has yet to return any of them. I mean to collect on my insurance.
Oh, how much was it?
Well, he rented at least eight rams, and he had them for, well, he said he was only going to have them for a week, and it's been 3 months now. So at this point, I need about 20 gold.
Oh my god.
It's a lot of gold.
I think gold.
Yes, it is. And if I don't get it, I'm going to go bankrupt. Do you know what happens? And she looks around and goes, look, I'm not even supposed to be here. I serve the world capital with my rams. I'm not even supposed to be anywhere around these parts. If any of my normal clientele knew I was here, I'd be way out of it right now. So I just need my insurance and to get the hell out of here.
Well, looking that we've made some purchases recently, and plus we're not Polly. Yeah, no, we don't have your gold.
Well, yes,
Sorry.
I'm not trying to get my gold from you. I'm trying to find Polly to get my gold from him, the man who owes me my gold.
I think he went that way, and I'm gonna point the opposite way of Polly.
Ooh, deception check.
Yay!
25.
Wow.
Okay.
He rolls.
That's right.
She'll
That's
look
right.
Now he rolls high.
Right?
Wow.
Only when it matters.
She'll look back at you and say, fine. Then if he's that... Wait, you said you didn't see him before... Well, okay, if you saw him, then I guess he must be over that way.
Hey, quick, what's your name? Just in case we find him, we can tell him to come back to you.
The name's Eluin.
A Lewin?
Eluin, a pleasure to meet you. I thank you for your help. If you ever find yourself near the outskirts of Apaluk, I can help you hook you up with some rams.
Very well.
Where?
Well.
Sorry, where was that?
Outside of Apaluk, the world
Okay.
capital.
Just there.
She's not in the city itself. She's on the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay.
in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were just in that
Everywhere.
neighborhood. Oh, that's a pleasure. Where did you happen to pass by the shop?
I don't believe we did.
Oh well, if you come ever by, just mention that you know Eluin, and we'll treat you right. And as
And
long
what
as
shop
you
was that with?
bring back. Oh, you want to know what shop it is? Let me pull up actually that part of her page. I didn't think you guys would genuinely be interested in her.
Well, you brought up the shop, so I mean, might as well.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm
might
used
as
to
well
people like
ask.
I'm used to people just like taking things sometimes. The 4-in-1.
The
The
foreign
foreign
one?
The 4-in-1.
Oh, the
Um,
4-in-1.
Yes. And a quick, actually, if you guys, no, this won't be through a history check. She'd say, yes, the 4-in-1. You see, we were the first that really figured out that more rams can be tied to one cart in a more efficient way. We created the 4-in-1 system. You know, if you have a cart, and she starts explaining some of the engineering behind it of exactly how they made the framework. But basically, you know how you've seen before that there are 4 horses that would pull a cart,
Yeah.
and they're in a sort of 2x2 pattern?
Yeah.
That is called a 4-in-1.
Ah.
And
Interesting.
her and her family are the ones that created that system for rams.
Oh. Very nice.
But
Nice.
yes,
Oh, I
if
just-
you... Oh, yeah?
I just nod and say, well, if we're ever in the area and we need a ram, we'll stop
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have best prices on the market, and we're the only ones who sell rams in the 4-in-1 stature, which lets you carry as much of your materials as you could ever need, as long as you bring them back after your rental. And with that, she turns around and runs off in the direction that you pointed out, the exact opposite direction. Meanwhile, Polly looks back, peering over the counter and goes, "Oh, thank you. I wanted to bring them back. Truly, I did, but they got lost with the whole situation at the Citadel and Sabbath, and I was barely able to make out with my own life, let alone the rams. And I don't really have the gold to pay the insurance. You see, it's one of the reasons I'd rather go now to the Republic of Nor than wait here."
So you're trying to run away from your debt?
Oh, I wouldn't call it running. Maybe pausing to come back at a later time. I would definitely pay it at a later date. If only I was given today, I'd gladly pay it tomorrow.
Okay, Polly. Oh, unfortunately, we can't really go to the Republic of Nor immediately, so
You can't.
no.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, that's fine then. I'm just glad to see that the Citadel and Sabbath hadn't gone too bad for you and you're able to make it out alive. Well, if that'll be all then. And he turns back to his drink at the bar. And meanwhile, the crow is going to look at you three and go, "What was all of that?"
It's just
Are you
someone
used
we've
to dealing
met
with
before.
people like this?
I just look at him and just say, best not to ask. And just keep walking.
Keep walking then, I suppose. Okay. Well, we have a number of characters here in the Devil's Cuddy, but hadn't seen some fights like that before in a while. Here, continue following me. And he brings you over to his interior room. You can see that is a reconstructed captain's quarters that, while still elegant in design, is pretty plain in its facilities. It seems that he sleeps in a hammock off to the side of his desk, and the desk itself is more or less littered with various schematics and designs, other plans that he's been working with, before he sits down and offers a couple of the chairs to you and says, "Now, Truth, you said you wanted to discuss some more things and had more questions. Well, this is probably the best private area we can have for an area like this. Welcome to Devil's Cuddy."
Thank you for the warm welcome. And I'm gonna take a seat at the other side of the desk.
Okay. You notice on the desk there are various. Give me a perception roll. 16. You're able to notice that there are various schematics and designs for other, not weapons, but sort of like gadgets of things of how to steal, as well as a list of various villain names crossed off before finally a big old double circle around Le Corbeau Noir.
Oh. He's trying so hard. Oh.
You can also see that it's written next to a couple of notes, duly titled, Defining a Villain. What it means to be evil.
Oh, he's trying. I love that.
Looking around at the schematics, are there any schematics for the bird?
Yes, numbers of things. Well, not the entire bird itself, definitely parts of the bird. You can see schematics of the gas canisters, schematics of the wings and how they solidify smoke, as well as a couple other things. It seems like they've been broken up into their individual parts.
Okay. Do I see anything that talks about how the gas is made?
No.
Okay. Then those would be the series of questions that I would ask him. Just asking him how the gas is made and things like that.
Okay. He would describe to you then. He would sort of just begin quickly laundry listing all of the ingredients. The toad venom that was there, the orc's blood that was there, the spider lily. You need a couple of peach pits. If you mix in, at first I tried something with some goblin snot, but that didn't really work out that well. So in version 2, I figured out that so that way we didn't thin it as much, even though the orc's blood was supposed to thicken it up in the first place. You need to get some unicorn horn, and if you are able to take out the fibers out of there and start spinning them along into the gaseous form, that helps with the netting. That makes the liquid more into the gaseous bit once you start heating it up. But the heat has to be treated with some moldy cheese, actually, and specifically feta. And if you start taking that in here, and as he continues on from everything, he finally
Just
mentions,
writing all of this down.
And,
Yeah.
can Dare just like mentally check out and just like be walking around the room at this point?
Totally. Give me a perception roll.
Perception roll.
Mm-hmm.
Where's perception at?
Yes.
Yes.
13.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you want to be looking for around this room?
Oh no, I'm just checked out. Just like mentally, like my brain just fried out of that conversation. So I'm just like
Oh, okay.
without anything better to do, I'm just looking.
Okay. You notice that the walls have like some nice intricate woodworking designs. Whoever was making this captain's quarters originally seems to have had a good hand for woodworking. Meanwhile, though, after the full ingredients of the smoke are listed off for you, Truth, he finishes it off by saying, but the execution requires a lot of practice. Even with the full ingredients, it took me a good 6 months to learn how to do it effectively.
I mean, can you do it perfectly now?
Oh, of course I can. I make the smoke on a daily basis.
Nice.
It's only
Well,
small
what is-
quantities, mind you. That's why I only use it when I go out on my raids. But otherwise, yes, I can make it.
What was the smoke used for again? It was just to power
That was
the
feta
bird?
cheese.
No, was it used to power
No,
the
it was used
bird?
for. It did power the bird. It was used to make the wings of the bird, but also it was used as a weapon of sorts. He was able to cloud the battlefield in it, able to hide himself within the smoke and incapacitate those who inhaled it.
So, theoretically, besides a bird, it could also be used to power basically just any, like, flying machine.
He used it to form wings. That was sort of the extent of it powering a flying machine. It's more like he developed a system that the smoke could power a machine,
Okay.
but then geared it towards his flying machine.
Yeah. Okay, so if we made...
Since
you-
he's here, I should bring him up anyways.
Would you theoretically be able to make, like, a cart that's technically powered by the smoke?
A cart that is powered by the smoke. He looks at you and says, well, the bird was really designed to use the smoke because it only flies in short bursts, mind you. I would need to figure out a better regulator to regulate the amount of smoke to keep a cart going for a while, since carts are usually used for longer journeys. But it's definitely a possibility, yes.
How much smoke did it take to fly the bird then?
About, it takes about 3 canisters, and each canister holds, I would say about 3 gallons,
So 3 canisters each.
holding 3 gallons.
3 canisters.
So it'd be 9 gallons of
3
smoke.
gallons per canister. And that allowed the bird to fly for how long?
It would allow it to fly for about, I would want to say, 2 hours,
2 hours.
2.5 on a good day.
Bird flight. Okay. And that's not using the smoke on creating the cloud or anything else, only for powering the bird.
Oh no, that was with the battle and everything. If you are just flying with the smoke, it can go for probably 5 hours.
Oh, okay, okay. So, okay, 5-hour flight time then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Huh. Okay.
I think you guys have befriended him as well and said, I thought you guys were just gonna kill him off this session. I need to draw him.
It took a
Damascus, since
turn.
He's now an ally. Yeah, it took a
That took a turn. How long would it take to make 1 canister of smoke for you?
1 canister of smoke, well, if I keep my daily process going with everything, I can make a canister of smoke in a week.
Oh, jeez. 1 canister per week. Production. Okay.
What's in the smoke that makes it so flammable?
In making it flammable, well, part of it is actually the orc's blood in it. Orc's blood is pretty flammable, even though unless you leave it out in the air, then it hardens into an iron that is able to rival blades themselves. But the other bit that I guess them compounded really makes it a flammable field is actually the... Where are you? Where are you? Eel oil.
Right here.
Eel oil?
Eel oil.
Interesting.
I got the idea at first. You notice we're sort of in a cavernous situation here. External artificial light is needed, and we power most of our lamps through eel oil. And I saw some of them and realized adding them to my own concoction might help me out in a way. If nothing else, even besides the combat capabilities, using a flammable smoke as a means of propulsion with its combustion is quite useful.
Very smart.
Thank you. You can sort of tell that he blushes a little bit. And he's like, no one really ever thanks me for all the inventions or credits me, but I do make a lot. I made this entire place with my own hand.
I mean, anyone who can make a giant flying bird machine that takes 1,000,000 years to take down is very impressive.
What is I ask him is there anything in it that helps it disperse better, or like is it just like the canisters? Like does he just build
It's
stuff that
part
helps?
of the canister's design. They have a netting in them that helps disperse the gas into various avenues.
Okay.
And he'll actually put up he can put up one of the canisters here, and you'll notice that on the design there's actually like 4 spigots on each side of the canisters, so for a total of 8 that releases the smoke. But if you look closely in it, first off there's a little iron meshing that has a little bit of circles in it, and behind that is that netting that he was describing that helps just disperse more of the gas, help funnel it across.
Once your bird is fixed, how many, like theoretically, how many people would it be able to carry, or would it just be 1?
It could carry 2 easily. I've gone on a couple of raids before with some of my allies, but to carry, and I'm going to assume you're requesting all 3 of you. It would be a little harder. I think I would have to redesign the framework of the bird a little bit to really account for that.
How hard would it be to redesign that?
Not too hard. It's just I'm gonna need some extra materials for it. Is all.
Ah, okay. Would you need a bird that big to carry multiple people? Not necessarily all 4, but, you know, a couple, maybe 1 or 2.
Well, with the current size of the bird, I could carry 1. With slightly bigger, I could carry 2.
Okay. And it's quite large now, isn't it already?
It is decently large, yes, but that's sort of what is required in order to travel great distances along the smoke. If we were having short hops, yes, I could make something smaller, but it just wouldn't be able to go as far within that time.
Okay. Okay.
Could you make something that, like, using the combustion and the propulsion that just gets you really high, and then we could just glide?
He ponders on that for a moment. It's an idea he hasn't considered before, and he goes, "Well, I suppose I could, but I need to test that. I've never really gone down that avenue before. Once you're gliding, you sort of lost any sort of a control over everything. Why would you give up the control when you can just control every aspect of where you're going?"
Yes, but if you can calculate where it's gonna land.
I suppose if you're trying to just go for a solitary, like, infiltration, and you're able to calculate that, of course. But if you're in the middle of a battle, you can't really have the time to do your calculations.
That's
Actually,
true.
would there be a safe way to have... Actually, yeah, like a small propulsion for one person to get them into the air? Like
Yes,
high enough
absolutely.
to glide?
I could send someone high enough into the air very easily.
How much would that take?
Of the smoke?
Yes.
Not even a canister.
Okay. Would you say like half, maybe?
I would have to do some tests to totally make sure, but I imagine I could do with half a canister. I could get you at least 200 feet in the air.
Okay.
How you get back down afterwards, though, that would be what needs to be figured out.
Makes sense.
200 feet,
sort of
you
like
said? About?
around 200 feet. And he
Okay.
ponders for a second, sort of like his eyebrow cocked as he looks around and goes, What are you planning?
I don't know yet. Just options.
Oh,
You said
Okay.
your whole big goal is to become a villain, correct?
And he takes a moment and sort of sits back in his chair and says, I don't want to be a villain, but if it's the only way that I can get back at him, it's the path I'm going to take. I've been sort of forced into this role. I don't want to do any of this. I just wanted to get ahead over in Zurunta, acquire the power that was needed over there. Maybe we burn a village or two on the way, but not intentionally, not trying to murder the people. But ever since I've been driven out by Personal,
Bless you.
Bless you.
it seems that's the only path really open to me anymore. And
What-
so if a villain I must be, a villain I will become.
What defines as getting the power in Sarunta? What do you mean?
If you were able... actually, give me a history check.
Ugh.
9. Okay, so you're not able to know enough about this at first, of how it works there. But he'll go, well, in Zurunta, those who have the most power and technological feats, those who are able to claim each city as their own as they roll on through on conquest, are then the ones who lead the nation. If I was able to obtain ultimate power, you roll into each city and you show off your technological innovations. If it can rival or beat everything in that city or town, you own that city and town. And if I could continue doing that, me and my partner, we would just take over all of it.
So, it's taking over the cities by force.
Not by force. We merely show them what we can do. And it's not always... machines of war we have to show. If we show off a new plumbing system that can get them the fresh, clean water that they need, that no one else would ever be able to rival in, at all, then we would also gain control over the town. Each town is represented by its technology. Each town is crafted by our hands, and those with the best hands to craft and the best technology are those who own it.
Okay, so it's taking over by being the most advanced.
Yes.
But then who's the judge of which invention's better?
The people of the town. Though sometimes a quick way to not appease the people, but get the people to believe you're the strongest or have the best technology is weapons of war, yes. And has definitely been used before, and he looks back at his right arm where it used to be. Is definitely what has been used before.
What did Percival have that took your arm?
He created a beast that should not exist in this world.
The false Hydra?
You've read some of the Grimoire then. Yes, he created the false Hydra. He was from a small village where no one really cared about his inventions. The populace, the people there, didn't really acknowledge anything that he had done, and he swore that he would show them his greatness one day, and something from generations past, small inklings of schematics, of ideas had been written down in journals passed down through his generations of the family, and once he got his grubby paws on those, he got a spark of an idea in his head. He left the city and joined me over in my hometown. I thought he just wanted to get revenge on people who didn't understand his practices, people who didn't respect his innovation. And so we partnered, and without telling me, he started in secret colluding, asking for help on different frameworks of things, and specifically in how to combine alchemical ingredients. I imagine he just needed to make some kind of potion that would make everyone there sick or something. But instead, he created a monster that eats your very essence. It can eat the memories away from anyone that has ever met you before once it chomps down on you. The false Hydra, once I learned of it, I decided it was something we didn't need, which I know it's weird for a Zuruntan to say, but while we may be the most advanced, sometimes we can advance in the wrong direction. I didn't want that thing around, and I attempted to try and dispose of it back when it was still just a hatchling. It was barely grown out of the ground, singing its song, but I kept my ears plugged, and I was able to see it for what it was. And the fucker bit my arm off. I underestimated it. What was just one head turned out to be several others underground that popped out, grabbing onto my arm and ripping it off. And that fucker, Percival de Stroud, stood on the hilltop watching it happen to me with a grin on his face, writing notes as if I was his next experiment. All he did was use me for stats, for statistics on how his invention was proceeding. After that happened, I luckily tried my best to play dead, or at least calm myself from the howling pain that seared through my missing arm. The phantom limb taking over, I stole myself back to our residence. I took all of the research I could, and I fled Zurunta. That's the last I saw of Percival, but the mere fact that he may remember me already betrays the fact that I survived. And if he's trying to travel to pass on to me, etc., I have no doubt that he will find me eventually. That's why I've been trying to shore up on everything I can here, build myself up prepare myself to go back and fight.
Was Percival not affected by the false Hydra? Because you said it eats memories.
Yes. It eats memories. And the fact that he can still remember me probably betrays the fact that I truly did not die.
How does it not affect him?
I do not know.
Okay.
Somewhere in how he was able to come up with the creatures, he probably figured out some semblance of a way to get past them, or at least to not be affected by them. For he stays quite nearby most of his creations as he gathered all of his data. And from my sources, I've already learned that he's petitioned the Zuruntan government to use them in their upcoming war. None of the others looks around. I suppose this would be the first for you as well, but Zurunta aims to employ those beasts on the entirety of the Vendegian Empire, and then afterwards onto the Veil Lords.
Mm-hmm.
You seem quite calm for the fact that I just mentioned that there were people aiming to take out the gods of our world.
It was slightly mentioned in what I could make out of the grimoire.
Oh, okay. Then you, I suppose, are caught up in a sense that... Look, I don't care about the Vendegian Empire. I don't care about if Zurunta wants to wage war and kill everyone that's over there. I'm still a Zuruntan, through and through, and I would support it. But not in this way.
Mm-hmm.
Not through this, and especially not at the hands of my ex-partner. What he has done should not be in the annals of history as Zuruntan's great achievement. That is a title I will take. That is a title that I will earn, and he cannot have. I aim to have revenge, though I will not stop the war, or I might help Zurunta win through other means. That is what I aim to do.
Okay, just not the false Hydra.
Not the false Hydra, and anyone but him standing at the front lines with the rulers of Zurunta.
Okay. You also had in your book that a trio had defeated the false Hydra.
Yes. Before I was able to take out, or attempt to take out, what was there, I only learned this later on, but he had already been running experiments on some of the towns. It's a common thing for us Zaruntans to sort of practice our experiments on rival cities, rival towns we have not yet taken over, and it seems this was his attempt. He went back to his hometown, of all things, the people who spurned him in the first place, and he unleashed the false Hydra there, seeing how it would devour the people that were there. I don't even remember any of the citizens I met when I first went through.
Mm-hmm.
But surely that means most have been devoured by this point. But in particular, it was defeated. Eventually, a band of 3 travelers, a group of adventurers that he had not accounted for, had stolen their way into the city, found out what was happening with the false Hydra, and defeated it before moving on. Though Percival did not stop them, was not able to stop them, he at least spied on them, took down their measure of worth, so that he may exact some revenge later on.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one thing I did like about him. He never really took something laying down.
Okay.
That group of adventurers, last I saw from my reports, I had started following them myself after I learned of it, have made their way to Canacleth. They're the only ones that have been able to defeat a false Hydra, to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Then it might be good to hear from them and hear of their
Possibly.
experience.
It's a possibility. Yeah, and if you do make your way to Canacleth, that opens up just a straight northern passage to carve your way through the Vendegian Empire to Zurunta.
Mm-hmm.
You can also just head to Zurunta itself, however, and I imagine they are still readying the false hydras for their deployment. If we go to Canacleth, some of the seeds may already be in the Vendegian Empire. And if we aim to truly rid the world of the false hydra, we will have to go through the Vendegian Empire and weed them out. Pulling them from the roots that they bury themselves within.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like we need to go more or less to Canaclith for you to fix your bird anyways.
Yes, I could definitely repair my bird faster if we had the resources from Canacleth.
Truth, what do you think? There's already not pay
There's just-
attention. There's just
There's just-
drooling on
I'll
the
just-
cabinet.
Whoa, woodworking.
I'll just look at him and be like, yeah, he's not paying attention.
There's just
Truth,
like,
what do you
look-
think?
feeling the grooves of the wood at this point. It's like really good wood.
I think it's good. Hey, do you have anybody else who like you work with, like any like, you know, person who like helps you around, gets you tools?
Not really, no. Most things I've gathered myself. I've made this area and I created it into a small undercove for people to come through and help me on occasion, but no one that's a regular or that I trust with anything that I've told any of you. You're the first to come into my captain's quarters besides me.
Aww.
Very nice.
And I do have to mention, I would love to go to Canacleth and learn how they create their ships. I've practiced here far too often with failure after failure, and if I could learn how they did it, if I could unlock the secrets of the sea, it would only empower me more. And if I brought this technology to Zurunta, perhaps we could create our own armada.
Very nice.
What's the matter with you?
Hey ho ho! What's the matter with you?
Oh, damn. Anyways.
God. Yeah,
Anyways.
that was there's one
one contribution to the
one
conversation.
contribution. Yeah. He's still here.
What's the matter with
Nothing's
you?
the matter. What's the matter with you?
Oh my god.
What's the matter with you?
This is why we ignore him sometimes.
This is why
Yeah.
I'm muscle.
Muscle brain.
Yeah, these are all great ideas.
What are we doing? What's the plan? What do you think?
If we do go to Zurunta, however, we will be able to catch it in the bud. And if anything else, possibly catch Percival off guard.
That is true.
But to get to Zurunta, we will still have to go through a bit of the Vendegian Empire. Dangerous for someone like me, though I do not know how apt for travel the lot of you are.
But yeah, I feel like before we make a decision now, we should probably talk a little bit more. I mean, we did promise you we would help you get back at your ex, and I will hold that. But I think it's more, I think Dare, Zinni, and I just gonna walk around, do some sightseeing, maybe talk some more, just kind of game plan everything. And then we'll meet you back here in about like an hour or two.
Understandable. I will be here dealing with some of my schematics in the meanwhile and preparing what I need for my repairs.
Okay.
All right.
Okay then. And with that, you guys head on back right outside. And not with him here.
That'd be kind of awkward. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
he's
no,
like, okay,
we're going
goodbye.
the-
Anyways, hey.
We're going the same way.
So where are you going? What?
What's happening, guys?
I'm gonna telepathically talk to Dare and just be like, "Hey, I think we should find a quiet place that we can all talk without any prying ears.
Daryl
Wait,
just
wait,
look
wait.
in-
You say that. Any prying
Dude.
ears?
You heard me telepathically.
Did
This man
you-
is gone.
No?
Don't just
What was that?
shove him in, Jesus Christ! Hello, what?
Man,
Hello?
intercepted
Public of
telepathic
Nor,
message.
what?
Ollie,
Bring me
I will
home, bring
rip
me
your
home.
horn off.
Let's go home, let's go home.
Home is where the heart is, Polly.
Oh my god.
My heart is not here.
Oh wow, then how are you still alive?
That's crazy. Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, but yeah, you said that telepathically to Dare.
Dare won't really say anything telepathically back. He just look at Truth and just nod. Yes.
So, yeah, I'm gonna look for somewhere that looks like hidden and quiet, and like not a lot of foot traffic.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
totally.
assume while they were telepathically like talking that they're just like staring at each other. I'm just gonna look in between them, like back and forth, and be like, "All right," and then just shrug.
Alright. Cool. You make your way to sort of not like dark alley, but like just off the beaten path. No one's really walking around over here, and it seems very quiet.
Okay. So what's our actual plan here?
I feel
It's like, I
like
like this guy as in what he's building. Personally, I think we have all the information we need. We have more than enough schematics. Basically told us how to make gas. I mean, give it a while. I bet somebody could make it probably even better with tools that we could provide if we get all of this and we hire somebody down in Kinnicleth.
Damn, already betraying him.
that's your partner.
Yeah, no, partner my ass. I just needed him to just finally take us here and get all the information.
Oof.
Really feel like we got it all.
Doom. I mean, to a point, I feel like it'd be beneficial to have him, like, come with as like a help. Because if
I mean,
anything,
we
at
could,
least
but
he
I feel like we
has-
could hire someone a lot better. Somebody who actually, I don't know. He seems good for the circumstances he's given, but we give somebody with just as much knowledge, better tools. They could probably make a better gas in about 3 months, only doing what we needed to do, not any of that extra stuff like, I don't know, like suffocating people. But I don't know. I feel like he's ran his course.
At this point in time, I do think it is. We are running on borrowed time because the false hydras could attack. How long? Because they're
3
preparing
weeks.
for the false hydras already, correct?
They said 3 weeks.
Yes.
The battle
Yeah,
plan
so-
said 3 weeks.
We don't really have time to optimize the gas.
That is true, but
And-
I was
Well-
also thinking about that.
Well,
that
it
these
said-
false hydras.
Well, in the battle plans themselves, it says the false hydra are weak to smoke and ash. And if we talk to the trio at Kenniclith, who are the ones who defeated the false hydra in the first place, they didn't have the gas, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's no way that they had the gas already to defeat the false hydra. So if we ask them how they did it, maybe then it'd be easier to do it without even having to optimize the gas in the first place.
That is true. Plus, we only really need the acid rain. But I was also thinking about those false hydra things. I don't even think that they're like planning on coming our direction. Or wait, would they're going to Zarunta, right?
Yeah.
They are in Zarunta, and they're planning
Uh-huh.
to attack the Vendegian Empire. The
Mhm,
The
Vendegian
Vendegian
Empire
Empire, is that
shares its
in our...
entire western border with you.
mhm, mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Never mind.
Yeah.
Remember,
Okay,
Brador
that's-
is in the center of the world. It
Yeah.
shares.
Oh, okay.
It shares a border with almost every country.
Mhm. It's a
Yeah.
smidge close there if we don't do anything.
Yeah,
It's
the problem
true.
is, if we don't stop them with the Vendegian Empire, what's gonna stop them from taking over Brador?
Exactly.
I mean, we
The
have
Vendegian
the
Empire
ash
is
rain.
leagues larger than Brador. So if they take over the entire Vendigian Empire, they have more land
Yeah.
to hold on for everything. More
So
resources as well.
it'd be better to tackle on this problem um, as fast as possible. If we wanted to, we could probably afterwards. We could probably, if this is something that you do want to go down like the path, then we could potentially get the information on how to create false hydras, so we could use it for our own. But
Whoa.
Yeah, because the Grimoire card gave a pretty good description on how to like make one, right?
It
Yeah.
did.
Unfortunately.
but it's still, I still think it'd be best to tackle on.
I feel
That's
like
a
it'd be
good way of
best to
looking at it.
fight them first, yeah, and then figure it out after on how we can utilize it. But at the moment, definitely, they need to go.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like we should definitely build up our forces. Definitely go to Saruntha. So, it's Saruntha, right? Where the 3 adventures are?
The trio?
Or-
No, the trio are in
or-
Kenniclith.
The
Kinnicklet,
trio
there,
are in
yeah.
Kennicleth,
Yeah.
but the false hydras are in Zurunta.
In
Yeah.
Zarunta, yeah. Okay. I feel like it's better in numbers if we are able to get the 3 adventurers on our side,
To
as
join
well
us.
as the Black Crow. Then we'd have a better chance at taking down the false hydras.
A safer chance of taking down the false
Safer
hydras. For sure.
yeah, I mean, I definitely see his value.
Plus,
In
he
his
could give us more tools for the future that we could use. Because my thoughts on the smoke and why I was asking the questions that I was would be it'd be useful for sneaking and doing infiltration missions. If we could somehow get it to propulse just one person high enough to then we could glide in, because then that would be silent. There would be no sound. Versus if you had a machine or even trying to sneak in somewhere, no one would suspect an air attack. Because that's not a thing yet.
Yeah,
At least
no,
a
that's
quiet
what,
one.
I agree with that. I believe that his work and everything that he's thought of so far and his blueprints are very valuable. I just don't know if the actual person is.
For right now, it'd be too hard. Even though we do have the schematics and everything, and we do know how to build it, it'd be difficult for another person to get it completely correct, 100%. Like,
Yeah,
right
whereas
off the get-go.
where the person itself
Where-
has already
yeah.
perfected how to make the thing within a certain amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like at the moment it'd be more beneficial to keep him. In general.
You can see that.
Plus, having another person
Sorry about
fight
that.
with you is always better.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
for
I just see
something
him being
creepy.
very like, ooh, my ex, ooh, this, and all this stuff. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna get very emotional during it.
Well, if he
Rather
does,
have a
Afterwards,
straight thinker.
We could use him for whatever our purposes, and afterwards we could dispose of him.
Yeah.
However,
I mean, we've already
we
beaten
feel
him
like.
once. It wouldn't be too hard to beat him twice, especially now knowing all of his schematics and how things work.
That's true, but we just gave him a bunch of ideas on how to make things better. So we're just equipping him more, if anything.
But again, we know how it works. We know what the ideas were in the first place, making it easier to take it down, if anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what's the
All
plan?
good ideas.
Either way, we definitely go to Kenniclith first, I believe. Because it, getting more adventures to help us would be beneficial to fight against the False Hydra.
You know, I like that idea, going down and getting them 3.
Yeah, and then I know you don't entirely want to, but I think it'd be beneficial to take Crowboy with us. but that's
We don't even know his name. I feel like this would be so easy. you
okay.
know?
Let's ask
Like,
his
we-
actual name.
No,
Let me
because
go
then we
back.
get
To be fair, he
attached.
doesn't know any of your names either.
That is
Exactly.
true. Are you just saying we're gonna get attached to him?
Yeah, dog. It's like
when you
I don't
name a
know, it's
pet.
like putting down a puppy.
Oh my god. Hey, you're the one who said you wanted to be partners with him, bro.
I just wanted information, and we got it. My plan is
Oh my.
fulfilled. This is now your plan if you want me to go any farther than this.
Is it though?
And genuinely, if you can't give me a good reason other than numbers and he's the one who created it, I genuinely think that we could just dispose of him. And plus, nobody's gonna find his body. We just say that he left early to go scout, and he literally said nobody ever goes in his quarters.
Oh man.
Oh, you're gonna go murder
Oh
him.
my god, you're gonna murder him in his own room. Bro, that's fucked.
Man brings you to his house, and you're like, thanks, stab.
Thanks,
And
bye.
also, that fucker's been stealing from us for I don't know
Husband.
how long.
That's true. That part is true. Well,
So if anything, he owes his life for that.
but he doesn't. You don't even know where the stuff that he stole from you is.
And we'll get that next time we go back.
We're at the place where he stashes the stuff.
Exactly. So we just ask him where, no point.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I feel like we could definitely find someone who's who's just better at all of this. And also, he's been building it in a very ostentatious way, trying to make it into the shape of a bird and everything, kind of going for this identity crisis type of stuff. If we just ask someone to build
Says the cowboy who has been immediately
Honestly,
immersed
all
from his mask.
people. God damn, all people talking
Anyways.
shit.
God stop speaking.
Oh
This
my
is-
god.
this get up is practical, okay?
Okay, buddy. Okay,
Wow.
buddy.
But all jokes aside, I'm just saying, we get someone who's just as good, and if not better than him. The people who made fucking boats could definitely build this shit. And like, I'm telling you, we just haven't built it like bare minimum, light, fast, how we need it. It's not gonna be in the shape of a bird or anything. And then that gas, way too complicated. Does way too much stuff. We just build a good gas with orc blood, eel oil, so it's flammable, and then we have the canister, so we know a good dispersion method. Like, I'm telling you, dog. Why did I say dog? Hey, I'm just telling you.
You know what I'm saying, dog? I
I'm
will let you
telling
know at least if while you're mentioning this, just if you want to bring it up as a point. Remember that no one else in Brador could even hold a candle to this guy, but even he is still not the best from either Zarunta or the pirate bays of Kenoclef.
So, okay.
What do you mean hold a candle?
Like
In
Like,
terms of,
intelligence building wise.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
building inventions and things. When you say find someone as good as him, if not better, that is literally unheard of in Brador.
Oh, I
So
see.
what I'm hearing is we keep the guy.
No, but like I said,
Uh,
but even he
yeah.
is still considered average in terms of either if you went over to Zarunta or the
oh.
pirate bays.
Oh.
There are
See?
definitely people as good as him, if not better, in those areas, but only those areas.
Okay.
And
Where
I'm just
he is
saying
right
that-
now, he could already still take over all of Brador himself if given enough time and resources.
I'm just
Okay.
saying that pirate base, we already have
Batman.
pretty good connections down there.
Do you?
I mean, we don't have the best of connections. We have a connection, but not the best of connection.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys,
thought you
you
said
guys
that
are on
we-
respectful terms with the Pirate Queen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pirate Queen.
I
They're
take
not
respectful
bad.
terms as a very
Yeah.
is a step in the right direction.
Oh, what's stopping them from after they get this information, they could turn on us?
We don't give it
Yeah.
to all of them. We get one good guy who's, right for our cause. We probably just pay the pirate queen, just be like, hey, we need one of your guys. We'll give you two of ours. And I don't know, we are businessmen there. We know how to make a trade.
We're a business.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, Doc, Why? Stop saying dog. I'm telling you, this plan is foolproof.
Note to self: stop saying dog.
Note to self.
This is definitely the best step in the best direction.
All right. I mean,
If this is what you want to go down, then sure.
sure.
Because I could see where we cannot convince you otherwise. Keep this
Yeah,
man
you
alive.
seem very convinced on killing the guy so you don't have to sleep with him later.
That's not it. He put his hand in our stuff. He stole from us. He's been stealing from us. He bragged about it. Called himself competition before we even heard his name. This man,
Listen,
we are in a league of our own there. And the fact that this man compared himself to us, disrespectful.
I'm not saying keep him alive
Disrespectful.
throughout. I'm saying we could dispose of this man afterwards. Easy. We could still prolong his use by helping him teach, or having him teach the people we're gonna get, because they're not gonna instantly know. Like, they could follow the formula, but that's not always gonna be 100%. There's still gonna be trial and error. So we could still get this man to completely, like, to teach them how to completely, like, build it 100%.
I don't know. This man is like, he's too soft there. He literally, I'm telling you, he's too soft.
Too soft.
He's gonna keep asking why questions, all this stuff.
That don't mean you
Like,
have to
I
answer
don't know.
him.
He's gonna figure out. He's gonna figure out what we're eventually gonna be using it for, and he's not.
Well, once he figures it out, we can always kill him.
Damn, this really is the villain campaign.
I definitely do see. Okay, I see his use, and like he said, it would take someone probably 6 months, maybe less. But let's give it generous. 6 months to make it exactly how he made it. If we basically use I'm just saying. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this gas. There's way more stuff than I was thinking. We only need half of it. I was thinking about it, writing everything down, listening to what he was saying. A lot of it is a little bit extraneous. And I don't know how any of this shit works. I could be completely wrong. But we definitely can find someone who knows more than me and him combined. And who can perfect it to a more simpler method and that has less uses, but just does those uses exponentially better than what the gas does. I'm telling you, this gas is just a propulsion method and big dispersion. That's the big two things that we need.
We can definitely find someone as good or even better than this man. My thing is, how long will that take? Because we are, like I said before, we are running on borrowed time.
I don't see us using this for the Hydra fight. I don't see this using any of it for the Hydra fight. I'm thinking long term. I'm saying the Hydra fight is probably us three and those other 3 adventurers. Because if they took one down themselves, sure as hell we can do it too. I'm saying we get maybe 4 or 5 other mercenaries or something like that, or maybe people from the Nightwings. Like this, I don't see this the cat dude as a threat. Like what he's making is pretty fucked up. But I'm just saying, we have the acid rain or the ash rain. That ash rain literally says this is the ace in the hole. This destroys all of them, or at least stops them. So we have Zinnia wave her arms, do her little murder thing that she loves to do, and these things are stopped in their tracks, and we're lopping off Hydra heads, or whatever the best
Zinnia
case.
might want to remember something about that ash rain that was told to you when you learned about it.
That I can only use it once.
Yep.
Can't just wave
And
my
that
arms.
ash rain only covers a small area.
So that won't work out very well.
Like, how does this grimoire talk about like how big of an army Parzival or part of? I keep forgetting his name. I'm sorry.
Persidol.
Persidol.
The cat dude. Does it talk about how big his army is? If it's like really like that big of a threat right now, or if it's like a very manageable.
He said that in the grimoire, it is being applied, or it is being equipped to the entire army of Zarunta.
I see.
Well, it's gonna be fucking massive.
It's gonna be a lot.
He is growing on mass production right now.
That's gonna be a
So
lot.
Say how far he's into it.
I did not say how far he is into it.
Well,
He only said that it was ready to be deployed within 3 weeks.
It also.
Just a week.
You also have to realize each false hydra can basically take down an entire village. And if it's one being equipped to each person in the army, that's a lot.
I feel like it's better to have because we still need a numbers advantage, and this man knows what he's doing. He knows how to create the formula. We just need to get the hands to create them, as well as the funds and items to create it.
And if anything, that's another person who can cast the Ash Rain spell.
Is it like anybody can cast it, like type of thing, or I thought it was just like you cast it and it's like it just starts raining ash.
No, he just said it's a small area.
It's a small ritual that will cover a short area of turning whatever is raining in there into raining ash for a short amount of time.
I still think it's a good idea to keep the guy because it'd be useful. And again, my reasoning for it is we can always dispose of him later if, like, you really don't want to keep him. That's totally fine.
Also, if it does help you guys at least a little bit, that's only what's written in this grimoire for his purposes.
Yeah.
Used to say if there's other ways to empower it or make it better, etc. But that is how he uses it now. He has it written down.
The Ash Rain or the smoke?
Both.
Okay.
So if we just get like a group of like engineers and people with arcane
Alchemists?
magic,
Yeah.
together, they could come up with a way a lot quicker, or a way to more words,
Yes.
mass produce the smoke in massive amount of quantities in a shorter amount of time. And I feel like having the man who innovated the gas
It'll
there.
make that entire process faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely. If we are planning on using him for the Hydra fight, obviously we need to keep him.
All right.
I was just saying,
You don't want to.
No, I'm just trying to think because I didn't remember the part in the grimoire when it said that he was building like a legit like legion. I thought he was like still building them.
No,
Had,
like
5 or
it's
something like that.
it's ready to deploy
Be
in
deployed
3
in
weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Didn't the Birdman also say that it was being prepared and ready to be deployed in 3 weeks?
I mean, that's what it says in the grimoire, is that it was produced en masse, it was grown en masse, and ready to be deployed to cities in the Vendegian Empire in 3 weeks. But yeah, like the war plan, yeah. It says how it was grown, and yeah, many, a lot.
A lot.
So we'll need people, and we'll need the stuff that would defeat them. Do we know if the smoke will defeat the false hydra?
I mean, it just says they're weak to it.
Well, they said they're weak to smoke and ash, so I guess the smoke would technically be helpful. Well, no,
That
it
would be
says
very
ways to get rid. I wrote ways to get rid of the false hydra as a smoke and ash.
Yeah.
Is it weak to it, or will they get killed?
Imagine it more like a sort of withering agent, where
So
it's sort of like, imagine like salt on a snail, where at first it's going to start
dude.
burning through it, and if you have enough, you could kill it.
Okay.
Okay, so it'd do more damage over time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd definitely be beneficial to have the smoke.
Yeah.
And a lot of it. Okay. And it takes
A lot of it.
it takes 1 week per container for this guy, so we'll definitely need more people to all be producing it at the same time.
But how long does it take to get even to there?
To
It takes 1 week to get to Kenoclef.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're
And it
telling me that
takes-
we're gonna
and it
set up
takes
an
1
entire.
week to get to Zurunta.
So we'd at least have 1 week to make as many canisters as we can, and we
Is I'm trying to think. So Zarintha is gonna go straight to the Vendagian Empire, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At least that's what I'm assuming, because straight is the.
Mm-hmm.
What do we know? Like, because it's Sunacliff and what was the other city? Sorry, like
What was it?
names.
Kenoclef
What are you
is
asking? You. Kenoclef is
two-
in the southwest.
Yeah. And where's
well. If you
So,
look at D&D campaign in the pinned, there
Oh,
should
oh,
be
you're
the
right. Yes.
map. We have
If
the
you
map.
look in the pinned, there's a little old picture for you.
So Zarunta's
Zarunta,
north.
Vendagian.
Canoclith is south.
right here? Okay.
And then the Vendagian
Um,
Empire is at the it's the giant middle part. The
Yeah.
big blue one.
Okie dokie.
And where are we right now? We're in what, Braidor?
Corridor.
Yeah.
Where
So
you see Kingdom of Brador, look right in the middle of the D, and that's basically where you. No, you guys are actually to the top right of the O in Kingdom.
okay. Okay. Yeah. So we'd be going down southwest to Canoclith first.
Yep.
But at that point,
This
we're
is what
already
I'm-
pretty close to the Vendagian Empire. Go ahead. Sorry.
Now that we have
You could
our
also.
time frame,
Yeah.
is going to take us a week to get down there, a
Mhm.
week to
It-
get over. So we're trying to mass produce an entire gas, like ton of gas in 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also have to realize once this gas is spread, it should like be weakening however many are in the vicinity.
I mean,
I believe this gas is great, but I don't see us working with as much gas as we don't already have.
We don't have
Uh,
any.
what we
Yeah,
could
we
do?
have like a couple containers. He
We
has
have-
full
Yep, yeah.
containers.
We have one. Don't we?
No, we have a couple since he was able to retrieve the containers.
Oh, okay.
So along with the
There-
one that Wax got, he has like 3 other ones.
Something else, and it's just for your consideration. You could also warn the Vendagian Empire and have them work en masse. The Vendagian Empire is known for being a large manufacturer of most things. They may not be the smartest, but once you give them the recipe, they're pretty good at getting stuff made.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also if you want the Vendagian Empire to win this war.
Mm-hmm.
The Vendagian Empire, is that the one that we went through the door to?
No, that
No,
was Braidor.
That is the world capital in Brador.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just see all of our options.
Yep. With those options before you, this is just like a little for the DM thing. You hold in your hands what could potentially be the key to deciding who wins this war. Based on your actions and the routes you take, you can further shape what nation will come out on top, or if any of them should come out on top, and instead you could avert the entire war.
How would we avert the entire war?
If you're able to
Just kill
stop
Cat, dude.
invasion before it happens, and before the Empire even knows about it, what's Zarunta gonna do?
That's true.
That is true. We could just go straight up to Cat Dude right now and just take our 4 cans of gas. Or we could, yeah, I don't know. Actually, we could do it a week early. We could just go down a week, get those 3 adventures, and then just go straight there. Take our 4 cans of gas, and if you can cast a spell, I could probably cast a spell. Maybe one of them or 2 of them can probably cast spells. We got 4 people working on this ritual.
What we could also do is we could try to get the pirates to help us with this. Because um, they know a lot about alchemy and tinkering. So what we could do is we could try to plead with the pirate queen to help us produce this gas, and with that we could reach like a mutual understanding. I'm not sure what we'd offer or whatever. Um, but after that, we could leave the crow with them as we travel down to Canopus. Pick up the adventurers, and on our way back, we could meet up with the pirate queen, their crew, as well as the crow, where they would have been building the gas, and make our way up to Zorinta.
I don't know. I just feel like more people finding out about this gas just turns into a problem.
Well, yeah. We definitely wouldn't want it. We definitely don't want to give it to the Vendegian Empire for them to mass produce. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But I think actually that last plan of dropping him off.
I think that's gonna be probably that's the only thing I could see working for us. It's gonna be the most efficient, I believe. As well as possibly getting more grounds with pirates. And
Getting a better
hopefully opening.
relation, yeah.
Yeah.
But then the pirates are gonna have the gas.
But if we're in good relations with them, wouldn't it be good for everyone?
The thing is, they could
Very
turn on
true,
us.
but
Yeah.
There's still a possibility they could turn on us, but that's
There's a possibility everyone can turn on us. What's your point?
yeah, that's the thing.
Like, there's
that's
no
why
guarantee
I
of
think
anybody.
It's the safest plan
Someone
is
tell
what we
that to the
just.
crow, for you guys.
I mean, he was offered partnership. He didn't think about anything else.
I don't know. I still like the plan of we just get one person down there at the docks who's really good, and we just get him to trust us. Take him from the pirate queen if she like cares. I don't would like those people down there. They're under the pirate queen, correct, Zurg?
Anyone in the pirate bays, yes, they obey the pirate queen.
Yeah. So I'm saying we make a deal with, because we're not on bad terms. I mean, we're not in like any like great whatever, but I'm saying we're not in bad terms. We could easily just go down there, get one dude, bring him back up here, or bring him somewhere else, start working on that gas. And then that's less people who know, less people who can try and turn on us later. But I don't know. I mean, because like the biggest reason that you guys wanted to keep him was so we could use him for the Hydra fight. But using him for the Hydra fight maybe like gives us one extra canister.
I'm
But
just thinking
with
of
your-
efficiency here.
But with your plan of finding someone better to make this, you also have to realize that for whoever you find to make this, doesn't matter how much better they are than he is at doing anything.
It's something new.
It's gonna take this person time to figure out how to do it correctly first.
I mean, yeah, granted, I see maybe at full production we have like a good just like abundance of these cans, good ways to launch them, everything like that, good ways to infiltrate. Like I see that being like a year proposition. But I definitely see if we're trying to go for now, I could probably give someone maybe 6 months to make the gas how we want it and to make that little flying thing with all of his parts that he already has.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be able to. That's not viable for this fight.
Yeah, I don't see if we use him for this fight, we get one extra canister. That's all I see. So if really keeping him around for 3 extra weeks is worth 1 gas canister. Because he's not, I don't know how, he's not really going to be able to take much in a week.
No, I'm saying if we bring him with us to the pirates, you just don't want the pirates at all to help with this then. Like what's the
I mean, they can. It's just more people with better weapons.
Zurg, I want to know how ambitious is the Rentha in world domination? Like how ambitious is it in that like regard to what I know?
That you guys would know that? Give me a history check. 17. So Truth would know this then.
Wait, a history check?
Yes.
History check, yeah.
Where is it?
You rolled.
21. Okay.
No, I didn't.
So everyone but
Oh.
Dare, the one who asked this.
Yeah.
So Dare asked to the table, how war hungry even really is Zarunta? And immediately the memory comes back to Truth and Zinnia that the western half of Zarunta's country is all land taken from the Isharian theocracy in a war about 200 years ago. Other than that, they've sort of stayed to themselves, not really doing too much. And in fact, the most war hungry has been the Kingdom of Brador, after they just finished their war with the Golden Commonwealth. Before that war, they had a war with Nunavik. But in terms of Zarunta, half of its land is stolen land. But that was 200 years ago.
So not very war hungry at all. Not actually.
Not very war hungry that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're
But has
definitely under
potential
new
to be.
management.
Yeah. Because I mean, after the Path brought up, I mean, their whole culture revolves around who innovates the country better.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure with this innovation, he is probably gonna end up ruling Runta.
Mm-hmm.
So now it just falls under the question of, is he hell bent on world domination?
Which just seems like he kind of is.
I mean, we definitely can stop that threat of him or whatever, but I just, realistically, like circumstances aside, we're using this crow dude for like a good week maybe. Or if we do want to actually get the gas, we're putting that in mass production of other people. So we ourselves aren't even learning how to use it or learning how to make it. So we're basically handing over the ace in the sleeve to somebody else.
I mean, to be fair, we are not well equipped to learn how to make this. We don't have people for this, so it won't make sense for us.
Very true. We don't have people now. And so we could either rush now, probably have maybe a better chance at fighting this threat, but at the cost of equipping somebody who could easily turn on us. And like you said, we are not equipped to make that ourselves. Probably if we make it as well as we're planning on, probably not even equipped to go against it. So that's what I'm saying, is that if we do this smart, that crow dude is not in the picture anymore. Or we can do this rushed and probably create a bigger problem down the line. So that's the way that I'm looking at it.
That's fair.
It seems everyone has stated their piece. And now we should come to a decision. What is the plan?
That synced up with the music too well.
It did. Yeah.
Zerg was planning. He
was
was
waiting
looking at
for
the
it.
time.
Yeah, he was like,
like-
it's coming up, it's coming up. Ah!
Because granted, we were going to kill this dude like
Yeah.
3 hours ago. And so we would have been facing this problem with just the grimoire, and 4 cans of gas.
Just the grimoire.
Just
Just
the
one,
grimoire.
technically.
Yeah, just one
So
So
canister.
now we're upping our odds by getting 3 people who've done this before because he knew where they were. And so that's good. Now our odds
Already
have doubled,
We already
arguably.
knew where they were, and it was written in the grimoire.
That is true.
In the grimoire.
Grimoire.
I'm just
So
thinking.
the way that I'm looking at this is that we're right where we needed to be. Because we were gonna kill this dude. Now we have the plan to go get the other 3. We grab them, go up. We have a week to spare, maybe a couple days of scouting, and then we go in there. And we could even talk Cat Dude out of it. We bring, I don't know. We could definitely get on his side, get close, stab up close. we bring him the crow, at least the mask. Tell him that we finished your holy work, or I don't know how this dude acts, but I'm just saying we
Holy
definitely we have an in. Like, we know his beef, and we just cleaned it up for him. And so we bring it over to him, probably welcome us, maybe hate us, or just shun us. But there's no way that he's gonna be well, I don't know. I'm just saying we know enough about this cat dude now to use that to our advantage.
I believe the time for talk has unfortunately come to an end.
Yeah.
You guys have gone over the same sort of points in a number of ways, and we're going to need a decision. What are we going for?
How do you plan on getting rid of him?
I mean, and just go back there, maybe talk to him, get more info on how he, like, who actually comes by, if he has a cleaning service or something. And then, I don't know, we just stab him. He's pretty old. I don't think he's gonna...
Then, I don't know, stab him.
Oh my
And
Stab
god.
him
like,
a few times.
I'm fairly certain I could catch him pretty off guard.
I mean, you are his partner. He's not gonna exactly suspect you in stabbing him.
Yeah.
This is your plan, so you can deal with it however you want.
Yeah,
I
this
still
is-
feel the need of keeping him alive, but since you want to so badly kill him off, go for it.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, you have not given a good reason to keep him.
I mean, I've given my
And in
reason.
their eyes, you have not given a good reason
Yeah.
to not keep him.
Exactly.
Yes, I have.
Well,
Mm,
I'll
it's
agree to
not-
disagree.
He's gonna be problems down the line.
In your eyes, you've given a good reason. It's not convinced them. Think of it as like a persuasion roll. The things
is
that
true.
you've said have been rolling 12s.
Possibly lower. Who knows?
You see that?
Yeah. But I feel like
I mean,
Rage and I
I'm
are on
definitely
the
the odd one out.
No,
and I'm
yeah,
a
yeah.
fan.
No, Bubba and I are on the same page about this one.
Yeah.
So this is your
I
decision, your
don't-
problem. You go kill him.
My biggest argument right now has been not creating problems down the line. And
No,
if we are
it's-
at a disagreement, that goes against directly what I've been arguing this whole time. So, as a fan of democracy,
Oh boy.
let's put this to a vote.
My thing is, I understand that you don't want to create problems for down the line, but also in the moment right now, it's more beneficial. You are looking at future. We are looking at like current.
But
Yeah.
no. So
even-
the
even
matters that you
looking
guys
at
are currently. Oh yeah, yeah.
Even
I was
looking
gonna
at
say.
current. Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, what are the matters you guys are currently split on? You are currently split on whether we kill or no kill, and you were split on something else as well, correct?
Yes,
I-
definitely
yeah.
split on the decision on what to do.
Mainly on the
Afterward.
mainly on
On
the
the
kill
gas
or no
canister.
kill and the gas canisters. Otherwise, we are definitely like travel wise, we are going to Canaclith first.
You
Yeah,
are going to
yeah.
Canaclith, but on terms of the gas, what were you split on about the gas? Whether to produce more, whether who to give it to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
whether to even make
Yeah.
more.
yeah. Because
We definitely want to make more. It's
Just-
just Wax wants to perfect the formula
Mhm.
to use it later down the line, as well as get an additional person, or get one person from the Pirate Queen to learn how to make it and learn how to make it well, rather than us, where we want to make it his way, but get a mass amount of people by recruiting through the Pirate Queen.
Which either
So-
way, the problem is that none of us can make it, and so there's no point. Like keeping the recipe is good and all, but there's no guarantee, one, that you can find someone that you can trust at all. Anyways. Right? Like, there's no guarantee that anyone you find won't turn on us in the future.
I feel like I know how to pick
As
a
we
good
have
person.
currently witnessed, as you guys are currently contemplating killing the man that you just spared
Exactly.
and has shown you into everything.
Exactly.
That being said, though, as we are here, I split things up into a couple of situations for you guys.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but the split right now for the gas is: do we make more or do we make new?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I'm missing in those divisions?
I think that's accurate enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's go with a quick democracy vote before we go on to anything. This is not going to decide what you guys are doing. This is purely reading the room.
Mm-hmm.
All those who want to make more of the gas, please say me.
Me.
Okay, that is 2. All those who want to make new gas, please say me.
Me.
Now we come on to kill or no kill. All of those who would like to kill the crow, please say me.
Me.
All of those who would like to not kill him, please say me.
Me.
Okay, so just as a form to remind us where we all stand for this 2-to-1 situation. If we do not kill, we will be trying to make more gas. If we do kill, we will be trying to make new gas.
Yes.
The divisions are pretty split amongst those. Now, if we continue along with a democratic vote, it seems that we're going for a no kill and making more.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to try and come up with a different solution to those, you are welcome to do that, but it seems it has been made clear where everyone's camps are dug in. Wax very much does not want this man to survive the next hour, and you guys are like, he should at least get a week.
That's my thing, is we can
The-
always kill him after.
See, I would be on your guys' side. I just don't see how we're making enough gas in 1 week.
No. It'd be a future thing too. Because again, we'd be using it going onwards. If we just get him, if we drop him off at the Pirate Queen, wherever, like whoever we get to make this in the future, right? You're eventually going to be getting people from the Pirate Queen anyways. So if we just drop him off there, he teaches this new people, or this new, like, multiple people or whatever. If he teaches them how to make it, it wouldn't just be one can. You'd have 3 or 4 people making it at the same time for a week, so you'd get at least 3 or 4 cans just for this fight alone. And then future off, if you kill him, you still have these people who know how to do it the correct way, because he's already taught them.
See, I'm just trying to think realistically. If we're thinking future, okay, so we bring it to those people.
Yeah.
Those people we have to still convince him to do this. Like, we have everything that we need to make a new gas that does exactly what we want it to do without all the other fancy features. But if we do this, we now have to convince him to go down there, teach other people how to make his life's work or whatever, or his gas. And so now we're down there, and now not only have we maybe convinced him to go down there, but now we have to convince, like, other people, like a whole team of people, to make the same gas his way in like 2 weeks. And like, granted, we might get like a couple more cans, but that now everybody knows that this is like a possibility. That's more eyes and ears on this whole process, and we're gonna be leaving for a week. Who knows if the Pirate Queen doesn't just say, "Oh, you guys can't come back," and now this gas is mine.
We don't have to convince him to go down there. He's already agreed to go down there, because that's how he'd get the materials to fix his bird anyways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, to fix his bird himself. We never convinced him to just let other people do, like, for him to teach other people. Granted, he could be completely okay with it, but I'm just saying.
The way I'm seeing it is he wants revenge on
a cat, dude.
That is true.
Cat. So I mean, he will be more inclined to agree with us because he wants to get his work out there and show the Empire that not the Vegetarian Empire, sorry, Zaruntha, that he is the better inventor.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he definitely wants to make sure his work gets out there, you know?
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think it'd be too hard of a thing to convince him to make more gas, let alone teach someone else
yeah.
necessarily.
The hardest part about our plan would probably be convincing the Pirate Queen.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that she'd want um, the Vendagian Empire to still be around, because if that wasn't, then she'd lose a major port town, basically. Because Zarunta is amazing with manufacturing, but
The Dagian Empire is amazing with manufacturing.
Yes.
Zerunta is good at like advancing.
Well, they're on the
yeah,
coast
that's what I
for
said, the
the
Vendagian Empire.
Vendagian Empire. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Or-
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, if one of the major manufacturers just suddenly disappeared, that um, that'd really screw up with
Her
port town,
business.
her business.
Yeah, see, I that all it's just I don't know. It's just we're doing this in a big like we're getting all these people to help us. Everybody's hands are in it now. It's not like us in a controlled environment where we have the final say. It's like now we have to deal with the Pirate Queen long term and not just taking maybe like one or two people who are good at building or whatever artificing and then we like make a deal with her for those two people because they'll listen to her. If she says go with them, do what they say, they'll do it. So this is what I'm saying is like now we're in a controlled group. We have it in a safe place for us. Now we are outsourcing to other people who now have to have their hands in our mess. And now that's just another person that we always have to discuss with. Instead of just keeping us at the head, if we're already thinking long term, it's just I feel like we're rushing this for a fight that we were going to take on ourselves already because we were planning on killing him.
I
So
mean,
granted, we are helping our chances and doubling them by getting 3 other people. But now we're trying to just like rush for some more insurance of this big skirmish. When I'm just saying we could definitely just, you know, I just feel like we're rushing.
Well, you can't
We're rushing
exactly
for-
not rush it though. This is the thing. Like
You
we
know, we
are
can
rushing
rush-
it, but also like it's a war that's coming in 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, we rush for prep for the war. We don't rush the gas. I feel like the gas is so much more valuable if we don't rush. We rush everything else. We obviously are prepping for stopping a war, which isn't easy. But I'm saying we don't rush like our best weapon.
I think Wax is, if I could provide just another point to try and help just
Mhm.
come to a decision.
Yeah.
Wax's big thing is gas should not be used in this Hydra fight, and that it should be used for campaigns onwards later on. That it should become a seed to slowly blossom over time, as opposed to prepping it now, even though we know it could be an ace against the Hydras, because he wants to keep control over it and use that as its own weapon later on.
yeah, I mean, I could see like him keep it as an ace in the hole. It's just because I mean we don't know how how much this group struggled with just taking down a single Hydra. Now going up against an entire army with just 6, potentially 6 of us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be like we don't know how hard it is to fight a single one of these alone.
Yeah.
But this is an entire army we're talking about.
What did the grimoire say? How did it say? Just smoke and ash?
Yep. Just smoke and ash.
Does it specify if it has to be this like gas concoction? Because what if we just
No.
take?
No.
Yeah. So what I'm
doesn't-
saying, what if we just take 2 weeks to get up a bunch of whatever's the best smoke producer? We go to the mass product. I forgot their name, but the mass production place. We tell them that this is coming, and the best way to stop it is smoke and ash. We tell them that. So now we have the gas, which is really good. We save that for future endeavors. But now we go and just straight to the Vendagian Empire. Is that it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Vendagian Empire.
That is the
We go
Vendagian
sh-
Empire.
Yeah, we go straight to the Vendagian Empire. Tell them this is coming. Tell them you need smoke and ash to stop this. We let them read the grimoire because if it says anything about the gas, we take that out. but we just let them read it so then they can get the full scale of what they're going up against. So, one, crisis stops at the border. They take on the false hydras.
you
We can be
want-
there to watch. But we don't have to use this specific gas. I think that's the biggest misconception right now, is that we don't have to use this gas.
But
We
do you
could
also
just
want the
use
Vendegian Empire to survive this or win this?
Exactly. If we do, I don't think it's that we want them to survive. I think that we just want the other dude to stop, because he's gonna be problems down the line. But
Yeah,
if anything,
that's definitely what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
yeah, we're just telling the Vendegian Empire how to make smoke machines. Like, that's literally it. We're now not giving away anything. We now keep all this great information for down the line, and now we got just a whole entire manufacturing country to just build smoke or ash or whatever they want. So I feel like now that's foolproof. And it solves both problems that both parties were concerned of.
So you want to, if I can understand your plan correctly of what your new plan is, you want to just go to the Vendegian. First off, you want to go and kill the Crow. You want to take his research, and you want to take any mention of that research away from anyone who could see it. Go and bring the Grimoire, sans any gas production, to the Vendegian Empire, to whatever ruling parties are there, and show them the Grimoire to show them, hey, you're going to get invaded. The way to stop it is with smoke. Start making smoke, guys, and then leave.
Or not leave, but just like be there and help them. And then while they're there, we tell them how to stop it, and then we can go straight to the cat dude and maybe, I don't know, just get him to
In
stop.
Zarunta.
Yeah, we can go to Zarunta. We can maybe get this dude to stop. We could figure it out. But I'm just saying, now I feel like we discuss our
So
game
you would want
plan.
to go straight to the Vendegian Empire then. Skip the
Or we
pirate
can
port,
still get
go
the
straight.
we can still get the adventurers just in
adventurers.
case like something goes wrong.
Yeah, it'd still be
So
helpful.
you want to
like,
recruit the adventurers now.
yes. I feel like that's a point that we all agreed upon, that we
Mhm,
wanted
was
to
to
go
go get
recruit
the
adventurers.
yeah.
Okay, so it's not like getting information from them or anything. It's like, I want you to fight them.
Yeah,
Well,
we
like,
want to
and
recruit
fight them with us.
Give them that quest.
Y-
Okay.
Well, like
Yeah.
fight them with us. Like
Yeah,
help us.
But
fight
in
them,
essence,
yeah.
you are
Yeah.
becoming quest givers in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
You're gonna go recruit them and be like, hey, you need to come do this. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, I am fine with this plan. As far as the plan that was given, I'm fine with it. I still think we should let the Crow live for a little bit longer,
Mm.
because you want to the quickest way for a person to learn is to have another experienced person teach them, correct?
Mhm.
So I feel like if you want the quickest way to efficiently create more gas is to have the Crow teach 2 or 3 other people, and afterwards we get rid of him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, but this is what I'm also thinking, is that if you hire I don't know, it's like he's teaching them his way. He's teaching them how to make his specific gas. And then we're going to come to them and say, make it different. We could just take already smart people, tell them the vision, and they make it their way. So it's just from step A to B. We don't have to go from A to C and then back to B, creating half the gas but straw. I don't know. Like, I understand that does make sense, but he's teaching him he's teaching them his habits. And whether those are bad
mean-
habits or good habits,
Oh my god.
we
we
could
went
either
through
work
the
with blank
video again?
slates.
What happened, sir?
No, I didn't think we'd get through the whole hour-long ambiance video again. I
Mhm.
gotta repeat it.
Sorry.
Keep going.
I do see where you're going, but I don't think it's gonna go from A to C to B. I feel like, I mean, they're smart people. They're not gonna pick up on his habits immediately, and once they learn, people learn how to innovate new inventions all the time. So I feel like if they know, like, how to build it, what the end product is, what the production is, they could easily just be like, okay, here's what we're gonna improve. Because that's just someone's mentality when they're building things.
Very true.
How-
But we're also
can I-
if we're telling these people, like whether we tell them or not that they're coming in so that we can kill this guy, now they're just gonna be looking behind their backs all the time, thinking that, oh, I could just be taken out if I'm not doing my job well. So yes, that creates intimidation, but that also creates fear, and then that's stress. And I'm just saying, it's
Nope.
like
No
every
one
time
needs
that
to
we
know.
bring in a new person, they're gonna be fearing for their lives.
No one needs to know that he's going to be taken out. No one needs to know that. We don't need to be
What
like,
if he
hey,
just disappears? I don't know. It's
we could.
I'm
we could
going for the
create a
path of least
situation.
resistance. I understand that plan does work, but with more variables in our control is what I'm going for.
Oh no.
Well, it is time to come for a vote then. I would give you guys more time, but there's just some common points that keep being
Yeah.
tread upon. But you guys are
no,
both
it's
like
fine.
we both
Yeah.
know your stances, but
I
at
think
the end,
the
you guys
Honestly, just we're at this point where neither seems to want to budge, and honestly, we're just here now. Just kill the guy. It's fine. We'll deal with it when it gets there.
I already said we'll
Um,
take it to a vote, and I'll go with whatever we vote on majority.
But also, it's like,
Rage is
yeah,
the deciding vote. at this
I don't
point.
like that.
And also, the plan can change later on in the future.
Oh, man.
What you do now doesn't have to be what you guys continue doing.
Da, 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 da.
Think about it just as and Wax, I love that you're trying to think super long term, but sometimes you do just have to remember you got to get through the door first before you get to the car. So
Yeah.
Or start up the car before you get to the road. So
Yeah.
for now at least,
Da, da.
is he going to die today?
I don't like being deciding factor.
Rage, you wanted this. You
I
wanted
don't
to have.
want to be here anymore.
Rage, you wanted
Kill.
this.
And
You
there's no
said you
kill.
wanted a lot of conversation.
I know, but not like this.
There's kill and there's no kill.
Oh.
And we're gonna start off with killing. This is in terms of today. Are you guys going to go back right now and murder him?
Ooh, wait. Could we do this like in game? Like, can Truth draw 2 circles in the sand, and we all point out a gold coin, and we all pull out a gold coin, and I just write kill on one and no kill on the other, and I toss my coin and kill.
I tossed my coin. Okay.
Here, wait. Before that happens, actually, wait. It would be easier if I take all of this out and then take this.
Why are you
and
guys
now we
doing
move
this?
back.
Why are we here? Why is this where we are right now?
This is how
in
D&D
character.
works, yo.
God
Yep.
fucking
You
damn
wanted
it!
the actual D&D experience.
Shut
At
the
least it's
fuck
all
up!
rooted.
Most D&D experiences, I'll let you know, Rage, is exactly this. It is people arguing for 2 hours.
I hate it here.
At least on the grade side, from my perspective, there's like both sides are rooted in logic, which is nice.
Absolutely. No one's being like, I just don't wanna. It's like, no, I don't see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Like there's
okay.
like either way I'm fine. It's just I feel like we
It'd be
have,
more
like-
beneficial one way or the other. That's yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we have. Oh no, don't do that one.
You got
Oh,
this, you
whenever
got
I go to back to the drawing thing, it's like, hey, what if we gave you back this weird purplish thing?
You want this weird purplish thing, right? Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have kill, and we have no kill, written in the sand with a stick found nearby. One coin has been thrown into kill. One coin has been thrown into no kill. Wait a second. Whoops.
Wait a minute.
TOS.
You know what this looks like?
You have some gold
Bandit.
thrown over there, and then like one over here, so that way like it's different now. It's different. It's just coins.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So a pair of
Uh-huh.
eyeballs. Orange.
If anyone confuses this, they do not know what tits look like. Okay?
Oh
Otherwise, they
my
got some
god.
issues.
Anyways.
Anyways, there's one in kill and there's one in no kill. Before you stand 2 circles drawn into the dirt, Rage. Zinnia, you hold a coin in your hands. Where would you like to throw it?
I hate it here. Fuck. I'll throw it in the no kill for now. For now.
For now,
For today.
it seems a decision has been made, and he lives another day.
I don't know.
I pull out 2 coins and throw them in.
If you want, you could make this a buy your way system.
Oh my god.
I bet I
Like
could
that's
outbuy
an
both of
actual like important thing. Like I've seen some people do where they're like, okay, because not everyone in the party is technically equal. Whoever has
I
the most
pull out
coin, you can
all
spend it.
16. I have a lot of money.
I have 45 copper pieces. Come at me.
I have 16 gold pieces. What?
Oh, okay, never mind.
That is the way I've seen some people do things before, where they won't buy things from like the shops and stuff, but they'll save all their gold for like a meeting. And what happens, the way they've done it is whoever voted for the thing that they ended up not doing, all of the gold that was spent to make that decision made goes to the losers. And that is sort of the compensation of, we're not doing your plan, but here you go, here's the payment for it. But also use that gold to make your way known. Like, we are doing this, I am paying for it.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah,
like to
If you
I'll
ever
just-
want to do that in the future, it's a fun system.
I'll pick up all 3 gold pieces, scratch out the circle so nobody knows that they were written, and I'll hand it back to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
I have 1 less gold now.
And I'll just give a nod. Or no, I hand it back to you guys.
Yeah, he gives it back.
Oh, he gives it
Thank
back.
God.
Yeah, he gives it back.
I mean, I didn't care. Either way.
No, I need it back. I don't have money. I'm broke.
Imagine being poor.
Imagine not having as much power.
As you enter back in to the room, you see the crow finish writing down on some parchment over the desk, and he puts his quill down and goes, "Oh, you've returned. It's about that time, huh? Are you all right then? Have you discussed your plans and what you aim to do in the future?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what is it?
We're gonna go to we're gonna go to Canaclith, and
Oh, to the pirate base.
yes, we're gonna go to the pirate base so you can get the materials to fix your bird, and then we can go to Canaclith to meet the 3 adventurers that had defeated the first false Hydra, and hopefully recruit them in the quest to defeat all of the false Hydra and get revenge for you against your ex.
His you can see the feathers that he's been wearing actually sort of like puff up a little bit, sort of like how hair does in a Ghibli movie at the mention of this. And he goes, "Oh, this sounds amazing. Yes, absolutely. I not only will I get an opportunity to learn the shipbuilding from the pirates, but I can also just one step closer to putting that fucker in the ground. Yes, this is a great idea. I'm completely for it." And he puts down his quill with like a slam, rises up and goes, "Well then, it's time for us to have it off, shouldn't we? We have at least a week's travel before we get over there, and a quick boat ride as well to cross the ports."
Yes.
Very true.
"Well then, let's get on our way." And he starts heading out towards the door. At this point, you guys can ready yourselves for a week's worth of rations as you start heading on your way to Kennicleth and to meet these 3 adventurers who may have the answers you seek as to how to defeat the Hydras en masse before they are released. For now, though,
Beans.
that is where we'll end the session.
Okay.